Excuse me, Mr. Stone. Your phone call to Europe finally went through. You can take it on the bar phone.
Thank you. Hello, Dirk.
What's going on?
I can't stay in Landview any longer. I have to abort this assignment. My cover's been blown.
By whom? The reporter I told you about, Abbott. We met years ago when I worked with Big Daddy. He's been trying to place me, and he finally did.
I told you he'd been asking questions. Well, he finally wrote an article speculating on whether Firefly was in Landview. The same thing appeared on television last night.
Obviously going into hiding, but that doesn't mean that you give up. We've lost a battle, but we could still win a war.
We'll see, Dirk. I've got to get out of this hotel, that's for certain. I'll lie low a while till I think I've simply left. Then strike when Cassie Callison feels perfectly safe.
Cordero, your father and I are going to the shopping center. Do you need anything?
Yeah, plane ticket. You guys got one?
Son, where you headed?
Landview, Pennsylvania. I'm going after Tina Lord.
You can't be serious.
Well, I guess I am, because I'm all packed up and ready to go. Look, I was awake practically all night thinking about this. It's something that I just have to do.
Well, what about talking it over, like we always have?
Don't have to. Look, if I were confused or something like that, yeah. But I'm not, Pa. I know exactly what I'm doing. I have to go after Tina.
When you came home in pain last night, you said it was your ribs. Well, it's not your ribs. It's what's beneath your ribs. Cord, she broke a dinner date. She left town. She didn't even call you. All she did was leave you a note.
Ma, she had to leave that way. It hurt her too much to leave in the first place. That was the only way that she could do it.
Or maybe she's a coward as well as a tramp.
Ma, I will not have you talking that way about the woman that I love.
Now, wait a minute. We don't yell at each other in this family. We never have, and we're not going to start now.
Oh, is it all right for him to leave home?
Maria, you keep backing this boy into the corner, and you know exactly how he's going to react. Now, Cord, for our sake, what is so important about this girl that you would drop everything and just head north?
I already told you, Pa. I am in love with Tina. You know, I've never been hit like this before. You know that. Oh, shoot, I go out with a girl maybe once every 4 months, something like that. They just can't hold my interest for much longer than that. I was starting to feel that maybe I was never even going to find anyone that I could seriously think about settling down with.
Well, son, now she did just up and leave you behind, didn't she?
Oh, she is all mixed up. I don't know anything about her life before she hit El Paso. All I do know is that she has got this whacked out idea about what life should be all about.
And you're going to straighten her right out. That's my boy.
Well, I'm going to give it a try, because I know that we belong together. Hey, and if I make a fool of myself, and if I fail, well, I can live with that. Maybe. But I can't stay here and not even try.
Well, you mind if I drive you to the airport?
You will not drive him anywhere.
What a wonderful sight.
Hey,
Paul! My son and favorite daughter-in-law at home, safe, happy, and well.
Asa.
Vicky, you put on a few extra pounds, haven't you?
Thanks a lot. Yes,
I knew it's going to be a boy.
Why? Because I gained weight?
Well, sure. Girls don't grow that fast.
Oh, now, Pa, even I know that that's just a little too far-fetched.
You, my friend, just wait and see.
No, there are plenty of boys in this family. This is a girl.
Well, what am I going to do with these clothes?
Oh, Pa, what have you done now? Have you gone shopping?
Yep. Went to the mall and the kids' store. Picked out a few things. Take a look at this.
For heaven's sakes!
Well, is young Asa going to like it?
Young Asa, let's see. Oh, we have a baseball uniform. That's good. We have a football uniform. Well, I hope my daughter likes sports.
Pa, even if we do have a boy, I don't think I could hang the name Young Asa on him. I mean, you talk about living up to a name.
Yeah, see? I figured you'd say that. Now, here's a list of names. We'll talk about them later.
Oh, come on now. Aren't you pushing this a bit? I've got months to go.
Well, isn't it fun just talking about it instead of, you know, Tina and spies?
Oh, yeah, speaking of that, Paul, what's that article Richard wrote about Dorian's announcement?
Craig Stone is the unnamed agent. You met him at your party. He came with Cassie.
Oh, my goodness. You know we were stupid. We should have realized they were going to plant someone in Landview.
Ed Hall is going through official channels to try and find something that the NSB can grab him for. Outside of that, he's walking around as a free man.
Yes, and probably a very nervous, frightened one. What's to keep him from skipping the country?
Well, Richard has Rob Cornell keep an eye on his every movement at the hotel. What in tarnation is that?
That, Asa, is the beginning of your grandson's musical careers.
That's music?
Yep.
We brought them a drum and a violin back from Vienna, Paul.
Have you two gone out of your cotton-picking minds?
I think actually we probably have, hearing what I hear now, but they have to start someplace.
Well, who said we wanted musicians in this family? We want businessmen or editors or...
Well, who knows what they're going to grow up to be, Paul? If I don't go up there and smash those instruments first.
Maybe they're taking a nice long 5.
Why don't we sit down?
Well, you two, how does it feel to be at home? And a gorgeous home at that again, huh?
It feels great, Paul. And it's nice to know that David and Jenny are free to have their own home in Vienna.
So you're going to settle down to a life of living for the new baby, huh? Dear Lord, oh, even Tina's gone. I'm going to tell you something. You two are going to spend the rest of your days in peace and quiet.
I can't believe I'm seeing you again. I was so worried about you.
Put that all out of your mind. It is over with, and everything worked out just fine.
Okay, here's the big question. And I'm sorry, I will not ask this question again, but...
What was it like seeing Jenny, and what was it like saying goodbye to her? Okay. Jenny will always have a corner of my heart for keeps forever. But that's okay. Because that leaves the rest of my heart open to love some other woman, you know, and share my life with her.
Oh, yeah? So, what's her name?
Can't remember offhand.
You know, maybe you should have just died over there, because I might just get a gun and shoot you.
Oh, I just remembered her name's Connie O'Neill, special lady. You should meet her sometime.
Funny.
Bud. Hi, Connie.
Charlie, it's Brad. It's a long story. I'll tell you later. How's Lucky Opal?
Raring to go and win.
Yeah.
Oh, I came for the Opal itself.
Yeah, well, I gave it to somebody else. They needed a little luck right now themselves.
But I always ride with it in my pocket.
Well, you don't need it anymore. You and Lucky have proved yourself. You're not superstitious, are you?
Well, I never thought so until now. Oh, well, I'll get over it. Oh, listen, I've done some checking into Bart Barron and his magic horses.
I thought I told you to stay clear of that subject.
I know, but it was bothering too much. And trust me, if you'd like to know the stuff I've heard, it could ruin Barron.
Well, I don't have anything to hide anymore, so why not? We'll talk after the race. Right now, I want you to concentrate on winning.
Bye-bye. Oh, keep your eye on Phrenology, another wonder horse of Barron's.
Tina arrived with that letter from Grandma to Clint Buchanan. You have been acting really strange, Ma. Well, I'm starting to get the idea that maybe you know her, or know something about her.
Only what I've read. She does not know family love or loyalty, just greed. We're not rich, Cord, and we'll never be rich. But perhaps if you did have more money, she might not have left so abruptly.
You know, I tried to stay quiet and let you two do the talking, but, Maria, you've been making a lot of assumptions about somebody that, frankly, you don't know too much about.
Does he?
It doesn't matter. He's a young man that's fallen hard, and he's got to follow his heart.
Well, thank you, Pa. Ma, I don't know why you're acting so surprised about this. You should know something about it. Maybe she's forgotten, huh, Pa?
What are you talking about?
Well, he's talking about us. And when we met, and how it took me about 5 minutes to fall in love with you.
Yeah, but that's...
What? What, huh, Ma? Come on, you tell me the difference here. Everything worked out fine for you and Pa. Who's to say it won't work out fine for Tina and me?
It won't work. It can't. Cord, I wish you would listen to me. If you go there and if you get involved with her life, you're going to end up making a fool of yourself, Cord. I cannot let this happen to you.
Well, I'm gonna go say goodbye to some of my buddies. Pick up my gear over to the stable and take one last look at the ranch. That'll give you time to decide, Ma, if you're gonna let me leave like this or if you're gonna give me your kiss and a blessing. I know that I'd hate to leave you, still crying and mad as hell. But I will if you make me.
Honey, what is going on with you? He's going to be back soon, maybe next week. You're acting like you're never going to see him again.
You don't know what you're talking about. You just don't know.
A little adventure is good for you.
I had enough adventure to last me a lifetime, so did he.
Yes. Richard, we want to thank you for the fine job you've done for us while we've been gone.
Well, I love it. You know that. Now, you're going to have a fight if you want your job back.
Oh, really? Is that a fact? Well, I don't want it back, at least for the next 5 minutes or so you can relax. I'll just sit down.
Oh, thanks. I thought that I'd find Asa here.
Actually, you just missed him. He came, he welcomed us home. He demanded a grandson. He brought a shopping bag filled with male outfits for the baby, left a list of possible names, and vanished.
I've got some news for you. I assume that Asa filled you in on the Craig Stone saga.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, we're trying to hold Stone on some legal grounds.
You got any leads?
Well, not yet. Now, let's hope that we find something in the next few hours, and that he stays away from Cassie until then.
Cassie's been warned, hasn't she?
Well, Dorian's taking care of that.
Yes, but is Cassie going to believe her? I mean, Cassie's got a very strong mind of her own.
That's right.
Luggage brought from my room 670.
Just a few minutes, so I'm helping someone else right now.
Don't forget me. I'm in a hurry.
Stone. Hi. You're checking out today.
That's right, Rob. You got what you wanted. I won't be seeing your pretty ex-wife anymore.
Oh, damn, I'm heartbroken. Where you going?
Europe. I'll be needing to look in on my antique suppliers.
Any chance of leaving your forwarding address?
I don't think there's any need. Excuse me, I have to pick up some magazines for my trip.
Didn't know you could read. Sly. You were just talking to Crickstone. What did he want?
To get his luggage.
Okay, forget about this, all right? I want you to lose it. I'm serious. I want you to lose it, all right? I just don't want him leaving right now, okay?
You're the boss.
Thanks.
Ma, I have to be going soon.
Okay, but if I promise not to sound like some hysterical mother whose child has just run out in front of a truck, would you listen to me first?
Haven't I always?
Cordetta, we're both talking from our hearts. Now, yours tells you that you found the woman of your dreams, and mine tells me that those dreams will be smashed very soon. Oh, honey bunch, you love your life here. You love to farm and ranch and ride a rodeo. Well, you're not going to find this anywhere in Landview, Pennsylvania. One woman can't fill an entire life.
Ma, listen. I've been thinking about this. Before I met Tina, I never really realized how lonely I was. Can you understand that? It's like I had this emptiness inside that ranching and riding couldn't fill up, and the girls around here couldn't even touch. Well, now that I know this, what am I supposed to do, huh? Just let her walk out of my life without even trying to get her back because I'm afraid I might get hurt? Shoot, if I lived my life like that, I'd never even go near another Bronco.
Honey, we raised him to take chances. And you don't just wipe out years of training in one day.
I almost regret it.
There's some practical considerations of son, like, for example, how you gonna make money?
Well, I guess I'll have to get a job, won't I? I don't know, maybe in construction, something like that. Hey, you know, I may even follow up that letter that Grandma sent to Clint Buchanan. Go over to the Banner, see if they need another photographer. Wouldn't that be a kick in the pants?
Would you like something else?
Oh, no thanks, Mom. I'm all fill up. It's time to go.
Court, will you promise me one thing?
What?
That you You won't take a job in Landview until you're sure that Tina cares about you as much as you think?
And if it doesn't work out, would you not let your pride keep you from coming home?
Yeah, I'm proud, but I'm not crazy. Look, if I'm wrong, you guys can give me all the I told you so's you want, all right? But I think this is going to work out. Hey, next time you talk to me, you're going to be talking to one half the man. Now, please, don't worry.
Your mom will be just fine, Cord.
Well, you two take care of each other, huh? I'll give you a call in a couple of days.
You better. Cord, I love you so much.
I love you too, Mom. You too, Pa.
Oh, if you need anything, just call me. Anything, money, whatever.
Don't I always? Well, I'll see you. Bye-bye.
Maria, it's time you told me the truth. Now, what is behind this? What secret are you keeping from me?
Don't be foolish, Al. I've been foolish enough for the both of us. I handled Cord so badly.
But why? Maria, I have lived with you too many years not to know when there's something that you're keeping from me. And it all started when you saw that letter that your mother wrote Clint Buchanan.
I can't talk about it now. You don't know how it hurts me to have my son going after that woman.
No, that's not what this is about, and you know it. Now, why did your mother write that letter to Clint Buchanan? And it wasn't about...
Well,
Vicky has that expecting motherhood look all over. Oh, Pamela, I am so happy everybody's settled. The charity call me right now. I'd give him half my empire. Oh, dear Lord, I didn't mean it. I swear I didn't mean it.
We'll see about that, huh? Hello? Oh, hi, Rob. No. Richard left here, and he should be at Clinton Vicky's. Yeah, okay.
Rob. That could mean Firefly's on the move.
Sounds very, very tense.
Go with it. Yeah, I will. Goodbye. Briggs says welcome home.
Thank you very much.
You want me to get that?
Would you please?
Sure. Buchanan residence.
Hey, it's Rob. Stone's trying to check out.
Oh, damn it. Isn't there any way to keep him there, Rob?
Well, I tried. I've got the bellhop losing his luggage, so that should keep him here for a while, but you better get over here fast.
Okay, thanks, Rob.
Yep.
I gotta go. Firefly's trying to leave town.
Anything I can do?
No, you're staying right here.
Exactly.
Okay, but Richard, you be careful.
Don't worry.
We're at the turn. It's still Lucky Opal by a length. Chronology second, Sandy Dandy third.
Look at that baby go!
Come on, Lucky.
She doesn't need any Lucky Opal to win. Come on, Lucky!
Sandy Dandy, he moves into third.
Come on, Lucky!
Now Chronology is a goal behind Lucky Opal. Chronology bumps Lucky Opal. Lucky Opal stumbles and Jackie's been thrown.
Oh, my God, Charlie.
The other riders
Let's go.
have managed to avoid by her, but she's not getting up.
Excuse me.
The ambulance crew is headed out to the home.
Maria, you told me that you loved with me about why you were so hysterical when Cord went to Landview.
Al, it's so hard to find these words. I mean, my God, the memories. I've kept them away for so many years.
Well, I'm right here to help you through them.
I know you are. It's just that I know this is going to be painful for you too, Al, and I don't know what you're going to think about me after you hear what I've kept from you for so many years. And from Cord. And I've kept it to myself for so many years was because of the shame. A shame I never wanted you and Cordero to have to share. I guess before Mama died, her conscience must have been bothering her very much.
And that has something to do with the letter that your mother sent Clint Buchanan.
Yes. You know, I'm really thankful that he didn't respond to the letter. I'm even grateful that he didn't even know who she was.
So they did know each other.
Yes. But I'm really surprised that he didn't know the name.
Maria, what was their relationship? And what did it have to do with our son?
The son that you claimed as your own when you married me. Well, when I was 2 months pregnant.
Wait, we settled this a long time ago, Maria. Cord is my son. I don't have to know who his natural father is.
And you've been such a wonderfully loving father, Hal.
Maria, I don't need your praise or your gratitude for loving you and raising Cord as my own, but I do need the truth.
I guess I'm stalling, huh? I'm trying to work up the courage. Okay. When I got pregnant, as you know, I was barely 16 years old. Well, Mama was so ashamed and so angry. And, well, around that time, she was working as a cook for this very powerful and very wealthy man in Texas. Well, Mama made a deal with him, and that allowed us to move to El Paso and start a new life.
Are you saying that Maria took money from this man?
When I told you that Mama inherited the money, that was a lie. It was payment so that we'd go away and stay away like we were criminals. But all I did was to fall in love. Anyway, this powerful man now lives in Landview, Pennsylvania.
This man who paid your mother to take her out of town, that was Clint Buchanan.
No, the man who paid my mama was his father, Asa Buchanan. He didn't want his son to be saddled with a half-breed child and a Mexican wife.
Oh, no. Oh, no, Maria. Did Clint go along with his father?
Clint never knew. Mama pleaded and she begged with Asa Buchanan to let us get married. And you know what he did? He threatened to have us deported.
Did Clint know about this? Did he know where you were?
He was away on a high school trip, and when he came back, we were gone. But of course, the official story was that Mama's sister was ill and we had to move back to Mexico.
Did Clint know that you were pregnant?
Clint never knew. He has no idea that he has a son, my son, and his. A son who's on his way to Landview and who's going to ask his father for a job.
Rob! Hey, Richard, look, Stone got away. You're kidding. No. We told him all about the luggage, said that we lost it, and we were trying to get it back, but he didn't want to hear about it. He just left. There's nothing I could do about it.
Damn it.
Yeah. Actually, I don't think it's that big a deal. As long as the guy's on the run, he's not going to be messing with Cassie, and that's good for me.
Richard.
Tina, you're home.
Yeah, I am. Thanks to you.
I can't go to the post office, Dirk. You're not listening. I've got to get out of town right now. It's too dangerous. I won't be of any use to the party if I'm arrested. All right. All right. I'll pick up the package, have microfilm, and put it in Cassie's suitcase. I'll try to. Yes, I said try, Dirk. I'm not going to take the fall for your failure in Vienna. If I can't get it done today, then I'm gone.
Excuse me, miss, could you fasten your seatbelt, please? We're going to be taking off in a couple of minutes.
Sorry. I thought I had.
Thank you.
Are you getting off at Louisville, or are you going on to Philadelphia?
Philadelphia.
Well, we might as well introduce ourselves. It'll be a long trip, what with the layover and all. I'm Gabby Mulgrew.
Nice to meet you. Cordero Roberts.
Ah, Cordero. What a beautiful name.
Well, thank you.
Cordero. That's Mexican, isn't it?
Well, my mom's Mexican. My pa's American.
Well, it certainly made a fine combination and a handsome son.
Thank you very much. Say, are you familiar with the Philadelphia area?
Yeah, that's where I'm from.
Oh, do you know a small town out there called Landview?
Yes, it's about 20 minutes from the airport.
Great. Great. Thanks a lot. I'm in a big hurry to get there.
Oh, that's quite a camera.
Yeah. Never tried taking pictures out of an airplane window before. Might learn something.
Are you a professional photographer?
No, I'm a rancher. But I enjoy photography. Pretty good at it, too. I might even try to do something with it when I hit Pennsylvania.
Is that the purpose of your trip?
No, ma'am. I'm going to find a lady.
Well, the smile tells it all. And I hope that she is in love with you, too.
Oh, you can see all that in one little smile, huh?
Mm-hmm. That in your eyes. When you mentioned her name, they started to glow.
Yeah, well, Tina's not as sure of us as I am, but I know that if I can spend a little time with her, I can convince her.
Okay, fine, but I don't think we ought to do it alone. I think we ought to call the cops.
Hello, Rob.
Hi, Tina. How are you? Look, should I call Ed Hall?
Yeah. Herb's probably told him that the DA's office is trying to get some evidence on him.
Who are we talking about?
Oh, and we should check his luggage that you hid. Maybe we'll come up with something.
It's illegal, Richard.
Well, I'm through sitting back. Now I'll take full responsibility.
You got it. About me.
Okay, thanks, Rob.
No sweat.
Tina, I'm sorry, but there's an enemy agent on the loose.
What does that have to do with running a newspaper?
I'm the guy who figured out who he is. It's a long story. We'll save it for another time.
Why did you bother to come get me, Richard? It's obvious I just made a fool of myself again.
The only reason I'm here is because Rob called. This guy Stone is a spy and a killer.
I thought all that stuff was saved for the police. I mean, why do you have to pretend to be a hero?
I'm not. It's just the way this is coming down. Look, I promise I'll take you to dinner tonight.
Yeah, well, what if you don't get all this spy stuff taken care of by then?
Okay, I can't promise. But let's hope that we can go out so we can celebrate your homecoming. I've missed you. I really have.
No. All right, I guess all this stuff is more important than me anyways. Right now.
Thanks for being so reasonable. Look, why don't you check in, and by the time you've unpacked and gotten settled, maybe some of this will be resolved.
Okay. Oh, Rob, I need a room.
Okay, we'll just check with the desk clerk. I'm sure he'll be glad to help you. Look, there's a phone call over there from Clint. You can take it right over there.
Okay, thanks, Rob. I'll see you later, Tina. Excuse me. Yeah, Clint.
Richard, Herb Callison says that Firefly can be picked up immediately. Ed Hall's on top of it.
It's a little late, Clint. He left the hotel, and Rob doesn't think he's going to be back. He must have smelled the trap.
All right, then call Ed Hall and give him the details. They're going to want to put out an APB on him.
Right.
Kathy, sweetheart, I need you to help me make a decision.
Sure, Mom. Emma brought some lunch, and do you want...
No, I don't have any appetite. Which one of these dresses do you think is more alluring?
Who are you trying to allure?
A special man.
Does he have a name?
Yes, he has a name, but I am not going to reveal it at this time.
Oh, wait a minute. Is it the guy that was supposed to come to Ace's but never showed up? The party?
Yes, it is. But I don't want to tell you anything about him until there's something to tell. He's going to be coming to dinner tonight, and perhaps I'll be able to call you tomorrow and tell you something.
You know, it is still so hard to believe that Craig Stone is actually an enemy agent.
Well, honey, they're supposed to sort of blend in with all the other people. He wouldn't be good at what he did if you'd been able to spy him.
I know, but I just have a lot of questions.
Tell you what, why don't you call Richard? You know, he can fill you in, and besides which, the two of you can get to know each other better.
Matchmaking again. Isn't he dating Tina anyway?
Tina has left town, a fact for which we should all be eternally grateful.
Well, I have to get going. I've got a million things to do.
Honey, wait a minute. You aren't going back to your apartment, are you?
No, actually, I've had enough of spies for the time being, and if Craig Stone is still lurking around, I'll make arrangements to stay with Dad tonight.
Oh, wonderful. Now, please, promise me that.
I will. I told you, I've had enough of spies.
Good. Now then, you still haven't helped me make a decision.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Well, I like the white one. I think it's sexier.
Good. That's the one I would have picked, too. And listen, you stay away from the Vernon Inn, all right? Because you never know. Craig Stone might be lurking around
Yes, I know. I really don't want to run into him. Let me know how it goes with your mystery man.
Okay.
See you later.
Now, you've got to promise you'll call me, because I'm going to be worried every minute until Craig Stone is behind bars.
you? You looking for Cassie?
Yes. I was just knocking. She's not home, I guess.
Yeah, I heard she was out of town. Want me to take a message or something?
No, thank you. I'll call ahead tomorrow and see if she's back. Say, it smells like turpentine coming out of your place.
Oh, yeah, I'm refinishing a chair for my dad. Realized if I didn't open the door and window, I'd pass out in there. Well, sayonara.
Damn. Cassie,
What do you want?
your help. Your friend Richard Abbott and your ex-husband have been trying to frame me with something like I'm an enemy agent. My God, I wouldn't even know a bugging device from a hole in the
Well,
wall.
then why would they be trying to frame you?
Abbott keeps thinking he's seen me somewhere before, but I've never laid eyes on him in my life.
Well, what do you want me to do?
I have to get out of the country, fly back to Europe. If you go to the airport with me, they won't pick me up. They'll be looking for a man traveling alone.
Listen, Craig, if they think you're an enemy agent, then they will follow you overseas. Why don't you just go to the police and tell them who you are and show them your passport, give them your fingerprints, and it'll all be done in a couple of hours. You won't do that, will you? Because you know your passport's a phony, and you know that your fingerprints will prove that you're Max Gunther.
So you've been playing games with me all along?
Just like you've been playing games with me. Trying to befriend me so that I would tell you about David and
I didn't
Jenny
quite
and...
succeed, did I? Very clever of you. Going to Vienna on some other woman's passport. Now, my reputation is on the line. I just have to finish my work here. It's too bad you came home when you did. All I originally planned to do was put some microfilm in your suitcase, but you interrupted me. So now, on to plan B. We were hoping the authorities would think you smuggled this in for your father. Now get your passport.
Why?
We're flying out of America, together. We're going to a lovely place behind the Iron Curtain.
Well, why?
News of your disappearance will cause great distress to the maestro, and any distress we can cause him is a great victory to us.
I'm not going to go with you.
Then I'll shoot you here. Get your passport, Cassie. Your own this time. Now! Let's go.
Oh, look, you're not going to get away with this.
That may be. But believe me, if I get caught, I'll kill you first. See, I take great pride in my work, Cassie. It's how I earn those big bucks.
Listen,
Let's go.
Please, can't I just help you get...
Forget it. Move. And remember, keep your mouth shut.
Cassie?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, how's it going, man?
All right, we're going to carve some time out of our busy schedules to hang out.
Soon, I promise you soon. Have you seen Cassie? Were you off today?
Yeah, I was off, but I've been home most of the day.
Yeah.
I thought she was out of town.
She was, but she came back. Damn, I'm getting real worried about her. See, there's this guy who's out running around, and he's been after David, and I think he's now after her.
Dark hair, glasses, square chin.
Yeah. Have you
He was knocking on the door today.
Cassie! Cassie! What am I going to do? Should I break this thing down?
No, I got the key. She gave me a spare.
You want to open it? Cassie! Oh, damn.
Here, I'll check the bedroom.
All right. Josh! Come here, look at this. Airport?
No, definitely.
Okay, look, I'm gonna go to the airport. You stay here. Would you call Richard Abbott for me, please, at the Banner, and call the cops, and call Dorian, all right?
Okay, be careful.
1, 2. Now, you have managed not to tell me anything about yourself.
Well, you're much more fascinating, Dorian. But I grew up in Connecticut and dropped out of law school, started writing a little bit, and then left for a quick tour of Berkeley to find myself.
And did you?
Actually, I did somewhat. At least enough to know that I wouldn't be happy in my father's law firm.
Oh, how does he feel about your being a private detective?
Well, he hopes that I get it out of my system so that I can mature someday.
Oh, dear.
But much to his disgust, I am never going to mature into the junior partner he's always wanted.
What about your personal life?
That remains personal and unspectacular.
Oh, I find that very hard to believe while staring into those gorgeous green eyes of yours. I don't believe that.
We could just ignore it.
Yes. This is a very difficult time right now. I'm very concerned about my daughter. Will you forgive me? Just only take me a minute. Dorian Lord here.
Hello, Dorian. This is Josh Hall. Listen, I'm in Cassie's apartment.
Oh, no. Josh, is she hurt?
No, I don't think so, but she's in trouble.
John, the worst has happened.
What? I heard you mention Cassie.
Yes. Rob and Josh think that Firefly, the agent, that he's taken her as hostage and he's headed for the airport.
All right, just calm down. Did they call the police?
Yes, they did. And Rob and Richard are on their way to the airport. My God, what can I do? I know, I'll go to the airport.
No. You just wait. Let them handle it.
You can't be... I know that I can help.
No, you'll just get in the way. Hysterical mothers never help, Dorian.
But I can't just sit here sipping champagne while my daughter is in danger.
Of course not. Why don't we we'll go down to the precinct or,
Why don't we go to the apartment? Yes, of course, because Rob would call there with news and... or he would bring Cassie... Oh, my gosh. What if she's not all right?
No. Take it easy. The airport police and the other security people there, I'm sure everything is going to be all right.
Oh, I hope so. Are you sure? Are you sure that I should not go to the airport?
Dorian, absolutely. Trust me on this one. All right? I'll drive you to Cassie's.
Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thank you. I'm so sorry about tonight. Really, I promise you my life is not normally like this, all right?
It's okay.
I'll go get my purse. Thank you. Now what?
A smile on your face and your voice low.
You think you're gonna just waltz right through security with this gun on me?
Give me some credit, Cassie. We're just going to pause here for a moment before we go out to the private airstrip.
Isn't there some way that I can convince you to let me go?
You're worth a lot of money to me, Cassie. Much more precious than those antiques I told you about. Let's go over there and wait for a few minutes before we go out to my private plane. Whoa, excuse me, sorry.
Kathy!
Richard!
No way, Abbott! Don't move! Anybody moves, she's dead!
He means they believe me!
The police are on their way. You can't escape this time, Firefly.
What?
You're being much too hard on yourself. There's nothing you could have done.
What am I supposed to do, send flowers and just say the hell with it, you know? Make a little contribution to the jockey's fund, maybe call up her mom and say, gee, that was a great kid you had.
Oh, Brad.
Yeah. Charlie was more than just the best jockey, male or female, I ever saw. She was my friend. And if it wasn't for me, she'd still be alive.
Look, honey, I know how you must feel. But this could have happened to anybody. Come on. Dee Dee's waiting for us. Maybe you'll feel better once we go to my house.
Thanks. No, I don't think a home-cooked meal's gonna quite do the trick right now.
Yeah, but it might get your mind off things. Come on, what's the alternative, huh? Go up to your room and look at the walls?
Maybe I can figure out how to deal with Baron. Connie, Charlie should have won that race. She was in control. She was ready to make a break. Suddenly, Baron's horse comes up, bumps her, she falls, and she is dead. How convenient. Just when Charlie was ready to tell me something important about Baron and his stables.
But I don't think I'm following you.
I am telling you that Baron drugs his horses. I am sure of it. And if I hadn't told Charlie my suspicion about it, she would never have been killed.
Wait a minute. What are you saying?
You got it. It was made to look like an accident, but I am saying it was murder.
Stop it, I said!
I'll kill her, Abbott. I won't miss this time.
What's going on here?
Arrest these men. They tried to kill me.
You're lucky we didn't.
You can't touch me, Abbott. I've got diplomatic immunity.
Yeah, right. The man's a terrorist. There's an international warrant on him for illegal arms shipments. That's just for starters.
Come on. That's your job. Let me get this boy.
You're right.
Oh, God, I'm glad you're okay. All right, now. We're going to need some statements here. These men are trying to frame me. Yeah.
Shut up, Doctor, all right? Hey, where are you going?
Well, I reckon we're just about finished here, huh?
No way. I want to shake your hand. Without your help, Cassidy would have been killed.
Just did what I could.
I like your style. Texas, right?
Well, yeah. El Paso, actually. Name's Cord Roberts. Nice to meet you. Look, I was just doing what I could. Don't even mention it.
Because Richard asked me to.
Oh. Tina, tell me something. Do you really think there's anything left here for you?
Look, I just told you I am here because Richard asked me to be here.
I just said, do you really think there's anything left here for you?
No, not much. Because you've seen to that. But you know, Richard cares about me, and I think that's worth sticking around for.
Really? Well, if Richard cared so much, why did you leave?
It was a misunderstanding.
Oh, so you just packed up everything and sloped for the Rio Grande, is that it?
Look, I had nowhere else to go. You kicked me out of Landfair.
Oh, somebody, please bring on the violins.
Look, I just wanted to start over. Is that so difficult for you to understand? So I decided I had to go to a place where nobody knew me so that they wouldn't judge me by the lies that other people tell.
El Paso. Why El Paso? Why not New York or Paris or Burbank? Or someplace more your speed, maybe like Las Vegas.
I wanted someplace simpler. So, El Paso was available for a flight, so I took it.
I'll just bet the folks down in Texas flat fell in love with you, didn't they?
As a matter of fact, I got along very well there.
I got along very well. You lasted about a day and a half. What was wrong, Tina? Weren't there enough people down there for you to manipulate?
Would you just get off of my case? Look, what happened between Vicky and me is in the past. Can't we just forget it?
Forget it? Forget it? I should just write off the year that you stole out of Vicky's life. Is that it? I should just forget that because of you, I was up on a murder rap, right? I should just let bygones be bygones. Why don't I sing you a verse of Old Lang Syne while I'm at it?
None of that was my fault. But you're never going to stop trying to make me pay for it, are you?
Tina, I'm not out to punish you. I just want you out of my life. Look. Look, let's face it. You tried to lick the plate clean here in Landview, and it didn't work, so you skipped town. The only reason you came back was, you forgot something. Somehow you had overlooked one little morsel. Richard. The man's got something you want, doesn't he, Tina? Huh? Something you just yearn for. Money and social status. And for that, you would crawl on your belly from here to Kathmandu.
I could care less about Richard's money.
Oh, please.
And Richard likes me. He likes me, Tina Lord. And you know, I care about him, and I care enough about him to have to put up with you and Vicky and everybody else in this town.
Ah, please, spare me this, will you? It doesn't work on me. This might work on Richard, but it doesn't work on me, and I don't think it's going to be too long before he figures it out, too.
Don't you dare even try to turn him against me.
I won't have to. You'll be able to do that by yourself. Look, Tina, you threw in the towel once, right? Now why pick it up again? So things didn't work out in El Paso. Find yourself another little town to pick on.
I'm not leaving Landview, Clint. If there's one thing I found out when I was down in Texas, it's that I belong here. This is where my roots are, and this is where Tina Lord is going to stay. So you and Vicky are just going to have to get used to it.
If you raise one finger to make things rough on Vicky...
I don't want to hurt anybody. In fact, I would like nothing better than for the three of us to start getting along for a change. And if that doesn't happen, then you two will have yourselves to blame.
I think we might be able to live with the guilt.
I gotta talk to the man right now. Clint Buchanan?
Who's this?
Mike Rivers, the new sports reporter, Mr. Abbott hired.
Okay, look, I'll talk for myself, all right? Now, look, Mr. Buchanan, I think it's about time you came down out of your ivory tower and dealt with the real world for a change, okay? Because I'll tell you something. If this is the way you're going to run this rag, well, I'll just take my story to another newspaper.
I don't give you enough credit. If you hadn't written airport on the table...
I wasn't even sure you would understand what I meant because I didn't get the whole word down.
Anybody can read you, babe. I can.
I just don't understand how I could not have used my head. I mean, I was suspicious of Craig all along. I just don't know how I got him to get so close to
The
me.
important thing is that they caught him and that you're okay.
Yeah, sure. You know, you were right all along. I do things without thinking. I mean, I ran off to Vienna. I could have wrecked the whole thing.
But you didn't, did you? No. And if it hadn't been for you, Jenny may never have gotten out of that church. It's me that has been hard on you. I just don't give you enough credit.
That's it. Anything else? We'll call you from the station now. Let's go.
Thanks a lot.
Come on.
Come on. I'll introduce you. Oh, it's about time you met the man who helped save your life, Cassie. Cord Roberts, Cassie Coronel. No, Rob Coronel.
Hi, how are you?
Okay.
Cassie told me all that you did with the lights and everything.
Yeah, he caught him just as he was pulling the gun on her. Hey, I hope you're willing to sell that shot.
Yeah, I guess so. Why?
Well, I'm the acting editor of the Landview Banner. If that shot's any good, we're talking page 1.
Oh, yeah? Well, hey, it should be fine. The lights look pretty good in here. I never had a chance to adjust my setting here.
Well, you a pro?
Well, let you judge for yourself, all right? There you go.
Now, wait a second. We haven't even negotiated a price.
That's okay. I trust the Banner. It's got a good reputation. Besides, I wasn't looking to make money on the spot.
You here on assignment?
Yeah, you might say that. Only has nothing to do with photography. I'm here to see a lady.
Well, that's a long way to travel for a woman.
Well, it depends on the woman, you know? For this one, I would travel around the world. Oh, look, it's been really nice meeting y'all. Maybe I'll meet you again someday, okay? I'll call you later on that shot.
Okay, well, wait a minute. Where are you headed?
Well, I need to catch a bus over to Landview.
Well, we're all going to Landview. Least we can do is give a ride to Landview's latest hero.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Who's on the radio? I'm so sorry.
Afraid I'm not going to be much company for dinner.
Don't forget about that. What a horrible accident.
Well, Brad's not convinced that it was an accident.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that the jockey was pushed off of Lucky Opal on purpose?
Charlie was fantastic, the best there was. She knew Barron's horse was running close. There's no way she could have been bumped unless it was deliberate.
Do you have any proof?
No, but I know what's going on behind the scenes down there.
There'll be some sort of official investigation, right?
Yeah, but by the time they get to it, it'll all be covered up. They're not going to find anything.
There must be something you can do.
Yeah. Yeah, what I should have done a long time ago. I should have handled it myself instead of spilling my guts to Charlie. If I'd done that, she'd be alive today instead of flat on the turf with a broken neck. Oh, damn. It's all my fault.
Honey, you cannot do this to yourself. You know what? Looks like you could use a stiff drink. What do you say? Yeah.
Just some coffee, please.
You got it. Look, honey, I know how you feel, but you have to think about what you're implying here. Bart Barron involved in murder?
I know. It's circumstantial evidence, right? We thought Barron was drugging his horses, so Charlie started nosing around, and bam, no more Charlie. If Barron thinks they can cover up what he's doing by killing jockeys, he's dead wrong. That guy owes a debt. I'm going to make sure he pays it.
Mister, if you got a beef with me, I'm all ears, but you'll wait your turn.
Hey, wait a minute.
I said, hold it. Tina, I think we're just about wrapped up here. What do you think?
I'll wait to talk to Richard later.
Okay, shoot.
Briggs just told me you gave the racetrack story to the news desk.
That's right. Who should I have given it to? The classifieds?
What about the sports desk, where it belongs?
The sports desk? This is a major news item. I need a top investigative reporter.
So what am I, huh? What do you think I do, spend all my time doing high school sports and personality profiles? Hey, I'll tell you something. I'm a reporter, okay, in every sense of the word. I got the scars to prove it, right? And I'll tell you something else. I know the track inside out, right? I know the jockeys. I know the grooms. I know the owners. I know whole back.
That doesn't mean that you cover news stories.
Hey, it's my beat.
Mike, have you ever handled anything like this for the Banner before?
No, I haven't. Hey, look, I got a personal stake in this, okay? Charlie was a friend of mine. Her death was no accident. Look, I'm just the guy to run the story down.
Wait, what are you trying to say?
I'm telling you, the whole thing was a setup. Hey, Charlie was the best. She was a pro. You know that. I mean, she's been out of worse jams than that. That other jockey had no business pulling phrenology in a bumper like that. She didn't have a chance.
What kind of proof you got?
Look, I got plenty of leads, okay? Come on, all you gotta do is let me run with the thing.
Leads. I said proof, Mike. No go.
Come on, what are you gonna do? Just let it slide?
No, I am not gonna let it slide. I'm gonna put another reporter on it and have him check it out.
Come on, that's not fair.
No one said it was fair, but it's good journalism.
Hey,
I need a reporter who'll go out there with questions, Mike, not answers.
Hey, you'll get the truth from me. I'll report it either way.
No, you won't. Now, my decision stands, Mike.
Okay, you just hang on here, because I got something I'm going to show you that's going to make you change your mind.
What the hell are you doing here?
Your office told me you were here at a meeting.
You know who with? My lawyer. You know why? Because we're trying to figure out some kind of strategy to handle all those questions the commission is pounding me with. Thanks to you.
You didn't tell a lawyer anything?
You kidding? As far as he and everyone else are concerned, what happened on that track was just a freak accident. Is that clear?
What am I gonna do? Run to the commission and tell them I bumped the chick on purpose?
Wouldn't be the first stupid thing you've done. Get out of my way.
Hold on. Here, Barron. If it turns out there's a rap involved in this, I'm definitely not taking it on my own. Now, do we talk or not? Let's get one thing straight. I never meant to crowd Charlie like that.
Oh, no. It just happened.
All I wanted to do was give her a little nudge, you know, a warning.
I pay you to ride my horses and win. Not to nudge or bump or break anyone's neck.
But you know how she was nosing around, asking all kinds of questions. If she ever found out how you drug your horses...
Why don't you just say that a little louder?
Relax. No one can hear us.
Relax, he says. I could have handled Charlie my own way, but thanks to your stupidity, you just launched a major investigation. But now, instead of just drugging horses, it's murder. What are you going to do now, Neil? Bump the whole damn state racing commission?
I just want to make sure you don't lay this on me. I wouldn't want you suggesting that it was all my fault, that you had nothing to do with it. Because if you do, I'll sing so loud about you and your juiced-up ponies, they'll hear me all the way to Hialeah.
You're forgetting who does the juicing for me.
Where's your proof? I'll say I didn't know anything about the drugs till after the race. I'll claim I couldn't control your doped-up horse, and that's what caused the bump. Do you read me, Mr. Barrett?
Are you threatening me?
No, I'm just warning you. Don't throw me to the wolves.
Well, this is sure a step up from the Desert Motel, I'll tell you that.
And you take any room you want to, and the bill's on the house. Don't worry a thing.
Hey, that is the last thing I expected, really.
Well, I didn't expect you to save Cassie's life either, but you did.
Listen, I think you better take him up on his offer, because if you've seen the race in this place...
You guys make quite a team, you know that? How long you been married?
We're divorced.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just assumed that since you...
Okay, it's all right. We're still fairly tight.
You know, back home, all we ever hear about is how cold folks up north can be. But you sure can't prove it by me.
Look, I hope everything up here goes really well for you. And make sure that you call Richard Abbott over at the Banner, because I give you 10 to 1 he's already talked to Clint.
Well, thanks for the tip. But Landview's not the last stop on the line for me.
Oh, how long are you going to stay?
As long as it takes to get my gal back to El Paso where she belongs.
Well, good luck. And if you need any help, just holler.
Hey, you guys have been great already, thanks. But this is one that I think I got to handle on my own.
Haven't you stuck your neck out enough, Brad? Please.
I'm not going to get directly involved. I'm just going to do a little digging, that's all. I'm going to go to Clint, go down to the Banner, and see if we can get one of the stop guys on.
What if Barron finds out that you're behind all this?
What is he going to do? Sue me?
Wait a minute. This is not a joke. He's a very, very powerful man. And if he was behind the jockey murder, he's going to do a lot worse. Brad, I love you so much, honey. And I just got you back, and I really can't see you risk your life all over again.
I love you, too. What do you want me to do, pretend this didn't happen? A murder's been committed. I have to do something about it.
Where are you going?
I'm going to talk to Clint before the trail gets cold.
Brad, please, I'm asking you. First there was the hotel, then Dream Faces, then Jenny, and now Charlie. I'm sorry if this sounds selfish, but when are you going to start thinking about us?
Sweetheart, we're going to have a whole lifetime together, time to do whatever we want. But I can't turn my back on Charlie. I've got to get to the bottom of this. Everything is going to be fine, okay? And I promise you, someday soon we're going to settle down and have a quiet life together, okay?
I don't want to. If anything ever happened to you,
I'll be
honey,
careful, I promise. But if Barron is involved, I'm not going to back off. I'm sorry. I'll call you.
What happened? Where's Brad? He went over to Clint's office. He wants the paper to do a full-scale investigation. I couldn't stop him.
Well, why does that upset you?
I just feel like we have one crisis after the other. Sometimes I think there's no such thing as us anymore.
Well, you know, he's not the type to just sit back and do nothing.
I know. I mean, I understand that. My God, but what happens if he gets hurt?
You really love this guy, huh?
Are you just catching on to that now?
No, I knew it all along.
Mm-hmm.
I see a concern like this, and it reminds me of how I feel about Bo. And I know that he's going to come back to me, and everything's going to work out between us, just like it's going to work out for you and Brad.
Oh, no, no, no. It has to be very slender, very wafer thin. No, it has to be elegant.
Oh, for elegance, try this. 18-carat Swiss movement.
Oh, now this is perfect.
I must tell you, it's a great deal more expensive than these others.
Oh, I could care less what it costs. This is the one I want, and I want it engraved, too. I want it to say, for Richard, love, Tina.
Right.
Okay. Oh, excuse me.
That was for Richard, love, Tina.
What are you doing here? How did you find me?
I've come an awfully long way. You can invite me in?
Yeah, sure. Come in. This is just a jeweler. I was just,
Would you like me to read back that inscription?
No. No, just call me when it's ready, okay? Thank you so much. You've been a lot of help. Bye-bye. Well, I sure am surprised. Can't seem to catch my breath.
Good. Now you know how I feel whenever I see you. Tina, did you really think that I was going to let you run off like that?
Well, you did get my note, didn't you?
Yeah. And I read it so many times, I think I got it damn near memorized. It said, sorry, darling. I really could have loved you, but it never would have worked out. I'll never forget you as long as I live.
Well, I meant every word of it.
Well, there was this one line. You know, the one that went, I really could have loved you. I can never forget that.
Look, Cord, it's not going to work. Please, just try and understand that.
Tina, I think I do.
No. No, you don't. Look, I know that we had a wonderful time in El Paso.
There is no reason why we can't continue to have a wonderful
Yes,
time.
there is. We can't. Look, it's just not going to work. Cord, please. Please understand.
I understand, but I don't agree. Tina, I am crazy about you, head over heels, and I know that you feel the same way about me. So why don't you just admit it?
Look, I already explained to you, I like you a lot.
Like?
Cord, I like everything about you. I really do, but we want different things in life. So can't you just accept that?
As long as we are together, nothing else matters here, Tina.
Well, how? I can't even believe I'm having this conversation with you.
Because you love me.
Cord, your mother is right. I could never adjust to life on a ranch. It's just not me any more than it's you to be here in Pennsylvania.
If I believed that, I never would have traveled 1,000 miles to come get you. Tina, listen to me, please. I love you.
Cord, I'm never going to go back to El Paso.
Well, I can't leave without you.
Look, the reason I'm here is it's because of that man I told you about.
I thought so. Your so-called, Mr. Right, huh?
He came all the way down to El Paso to get me.
That's okay. I came all the way up here to take you back.
Cord, I am trying not to hurt you. I really don't want to, but you're not giving me much of a choice. Cord, I have found the man for my future. And I am going to stay here with him.
You know, Brad, it would help if we had some evidence.
If I had evidence, I'd be at police headquarters, not the Banner.
All right, just what did Charlie know?
She just started asking questions, but she knew something. She was going to tell me about it right after the race, but Barron got to her.
Look, we have no proof that Barron got to her or anyone else, so let's not jump the gun on that, okay?
Whoa, wait a minute. You're going to start protecting this kid?
I'm not protecting him. I'm trying to remain objective about this. Look, personally, I always felt that the guy worked the shady side of the street, Brad. And I also heard the theory that he planted drugs on Bobby Blue to keep him from dating his daughter. And I always felt that there was some truth to it. What is his stable's win-loss record?
Something incredible, like 4 or 5 to 1. The guy's smart enough to lose one once in a while, but he always wins the big ones.
And what happens to the horses after they run and win?
They put out the stud away from prying eyes. The guy covers every angle. That's why we have to play this very quiet.
All right, I won't print a word of this until we've got the full story. By then, we ought to have the police involved.
Okay, here you go. This is what I'm talking about. Now you're going to believe me.
This is Mike Rivers, one of my sports reporters. He happens to share some of your suspicions.
You probably know me as Bud Van Dyke.
Yeah, you and Lucky Oltl. Yeah. Charlie wrote for you.
Mike's wanting me to let him cover the story, Brad.
So what, we got a deal or what?
I'm investigating some funny business at the track for a friend, but I think I'm in over my head. Need your advice, Charlie.
Yeah, that's the last I ever heard of.
You know her well?
Yeah, I knew her well. We were friends for years. I just wish I could get my hands on a clown that she was trying to help out. Yeah, I mean, she'd still be alive today.
Yeah.
Well, you know who I'm talking about?
You're looking at him. If I hadn't told Charlie my suspicions about Barron, this never would have happened. I'm gonna nail that guy. If you want to work with me, fine.
Yeah, you got it.
No. I don't want you getting personally involved.
Come on, what about the note?
The note only proves my point. We're messing with dynamite here. You're too close to this, you'd blow it.
All right, you're right. There's no reason why we can't work in the background.
No.
Yeah, okay, maybe, huh? But see, let me file the story once we get all the information.
I said no.
Why don't you and I sit down, put our heads together, see what we can come up with, all right?
Brad, I don't want Mike getting personally involved.
Can I buy you a cup of coffee?
Yeah. How about that?
You fellas heard what I said.
Hey, what's a cup of coffee, huh?
You heard me.
Hi, Brad. Oh, what's up? We're just running down the story. Something that you assigned?
Yes. Racetrack story. I'll fill you in on it later. I've been wanting to talk to you.
Well, I was out at the airport. Our tip on Stone turned out to be true. He tried to blow the country with Cassie as hostage.
Cassie?
Well,
Is she all right?
No, she's fine. Yeah, in fact, Stone's already behind bars. Now, we couldn't have done it without the help of a fellow Texan of yours, though.
Oh, who's that?
Well, I don't think you know him. His name's Cord Roberts.
No.
Yeah, well, he saw that Cassie was in trouble, so he used his strobe and his camera that blinded Stone long enough for me to move in and take care of him. Oh, best of all, he had film in the camera, which means that we've got ourselves a front-page exclusive.
Well, terrific. Let me check this out and before we try running with it, okay?
Sounds to me like you're back at the Banner for good.
Yes, Vicki and I both. Ellen, would you come in for a minute, please? Yeah, that's what I've been wanting to talk to you about. We're both very impressed with what you've been doing here, Richard, and we'd like you to stick around if you could free up your Paris commitments.
Well, what would I do?
Oh, there's plenty you could do. I'd be executive editor, and you'd be managing editor. What do you say?
Well, I can't think of a team I'd rather work with, Clint. I'd love to.
Terrific. Okay, welcome aboard. Oh, and congratulations on your Philadelphia Press Association award. By the way, Tina was in earlier to say the same thing.
Oh, I'm sorry I missed her. To be honest with you, Clint, the Banner's only one reason why I want to stay here in Landview. Tina's the other.
Oh, I remember when we put those stables in.
Oh, well, that Cord was just a chipmunk then.
Remember how we used to just follow you around? Just mimic everything you did?
I love that boy as if he were my own, Maria.
And he feels the same way about you. He always looked up to you, you know. Do you realize that you taught him to walk and to fish and to hunt? And you know, he became a rodeo champ just because of you. Now look. Look where he keeps all of his blue ribbons.
Right up there on the stall, right there. I never had any doubts about me and Cord, Maria. Never. It's just, it's just hard for me to accept the fact that I was not his blood father.
Well, I don't think that makes any difference. You know, remember that pony, the first one that you bought him?
That little spotted colt, yeah.
Yeah.
There it is, right there. There's a better picture over here. That young fella there, that's Clint Buchanan, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
You always said as some teenager, the son of some guy that your mother worked for. I never suspected that you were lovers.
Al, do you think that But you can never forgive me?
I already have, Maria. You did what you had to do. For one, Cord growing up believing you had a real father.
And you had a real father. But it's just going to be a terrible blow if he finds out that you're not his real father.
I feel like Cord's my own flesh and blood. I forgive you, Maria. And I love you even more for telling me the truth. What's wrong, honey? Aren't we squared away?
You're still forgiving Al. I just hope Cord will be the same.
Talk all you want to about this other guy, Tina. I know that you can't love him.
I do.
As much as you love me?
There are other things in life,
Like what?
like security.
Oh, and you're saying I can't give you that?
Cord, you don't understand. When I grew up, I was just some kid that was always in the way. My mom died when I was 16 years old, and then when I finally found out who my father was, I realized how much I had been cheated at. You don't want to hear all this.
Tina, I do. I want to hear everything there is to know about you. Okay, things were different for me, all right? I had the best ma and pa in Texas, and there was plenty of love there. And I had a happy, healthy life. All that means is that I'm strong, Tina. I am strong enough for the both of us. I can take care of you.
That you don't know me, Cord. Look, I'm not being greedy. I just want to be accepted. That's what I want. And it has to be by the people who have spent all this time rejecting me.
And this other fella, is he one of those people?
Not really, but he's with them. And they are people who count, people that other people look up to.
Tina, are you sure this all isn't in your mind?
Now, it is important to me. I want to belong. Don't you see that?
Then belong to me. I can make myself important to you. Tina, look, I told you once that I could never change, right? Well, if that's what it's going to take, then damn it, I will change. I can give you anything that you have ever dreamed of.
Now, Cord, please don't do this.
I love you, damn it, and I know that you love me, too. I can see it in the way you look at me, the way you talk to me. Tina, even the way you're pulling away from me, I can see it.
No, you are wrong.
Tina, just say it, please. Say it. Say it.
No, please, Cord, please just get...
You're not fooling anyone here, Tina. You're not even fooling yourself. No, please.
Cord, please leave me alone. I don't want you.
You do want me, Tina. You just proved that you're lying. So say it.
All right, I love you. Why did you make me say that? Just go back to El Paso, all right? It's never going to work.
As long as you love me, Tina, I know that it can. So I'm going to stay right here in Landview. I'm going to see you every day. I'm going to go wherever you go, do whatever I have to, until I make you admit that I'm the man, the only man, who's ever going to make you happy.
Cord, I want a certain lifestyle, a lifestyle that you can't give me.
Tina, I can give you anything you want, and I will. I'll be back in a little bit. I've got to go find a more permanent place to live.
Cord, please, you're wasting your time.
Are you kidding me? You just said you loved me. Nothing else matters.
It's not enough, Cord.
Cord loves you, honey. We raised ourselves a first-class kid. I mean, hell, I should know. I'm his pa. Now, if he ever does learn the truth, now, he'll have some real difficult questions. But he's a sharp kid, and he'll understand. And he'll forgive you, Maria.
I keep wondering what his life would have been like if Asa would have let Clint marry me and had accepted him as his own.
Well, he would have had plenty of money, that's for sure.
Do you think Cord would be mad at me for robbing him of that?
Maria, we gave him much more. We gave him ourselves. And from what I hear about the Buchanans...
No, not all of them. Just Asa. I don't know how any family could survive with a man like him.
Would you forget Asa? Just forget all of them. He's not going to find out anything from them.
I don't like Cord being there.
Don't worry about it. This is his first fling with Big City. As soon as he's had a gut full of Landview, he'll be right back here on the ranch where he belongs.
Al, but what about Tina?
Well, that's a little tougher. I've never seen Cord fall so hard or so fast for anybody.
Do you think that maybe when he gets to know her a little bit better, that
he's not going to think that she's his style? Right.
Yeah.
I don't think so. This one's different, and I think that's why Cord was drawn to her in the first place.
Oh, we've got to stop it. It can't go any further.
Maria, how are you going to stop it? We've already tried that thing, and we just made things a lot worse. You know, now at least Tina doesn't know that Clint Buchanan's his real father, so he can't find out from her.
But she knows something is wrong. You saw for yourself how suspicious she was.
Maria, that letter of your mother's is forgotten. Okay? That's guaranteed. Now, there's only two people that know the truth about that, and that's you and me.
You and me. And Asa Buchanan.
Asa Buchanan has never laid eyes on Cord, has no idea what he looks like. He's got a lot more to lose than anybody, so he'd be the last one to open his mouth.
Fantastic. Now get them here as fast as you can. That was the photo lab. Cord's contacts are ready to look at.
Oh. Who are you calling now?
Tina. Did she say where she'd be?
No. Frankly, I didn't ask. And if I was you, I still wouldn't ask.
Damn it, Clint. I wish you'd quit knocking Tina every time her name comes up. I'll take care of her in my own way.
All right. Look, I understand how you feel, Richard. But would you do yourself a favor? Sometime will you sit down with Vicki and me and let us lay it out for you?
I already know what you think. Now, you can hang over my shoulder the banner anytime you want, but when it comes to my personal
All right, fine. I was just trying to give you a last piece of advice as a friend.
Okay. I know that you mean well, and I'm sorry that I jumped at you. It's just that when Tina's name comes up...
Sheets are up.
Oh, great. Let's take a look at them. Cord!
Hi, I hope I'm not interrupting anything. You asked me to stop by.
Oh, perfect timing. Thanks, Ellen. Clint, this is the guy I was telling you about.
El Paso, Texas, huh?
That's right, Mr. Buchanan. Cord Roberts. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. I heard all about your quick thinking out there at the airport.
Yeah, well, it wasn't much. And to tell you the truth, I'm a little more upset and nervous about this contact sheet here.
All right. Now let's have a look at it. See what you got.
Probably not much. I mean, the lighting was good and all, but I didn't get a chance to adjust the camera. I was more interested in stopping that Craig Stone fella. I hope you don't judge what I can do by what you see here, because I really came by here looking for a job.
You always apologize for your work like this, Mr. Roberts? This stuff's terrific.
You mean that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Here, Richard, take a look at this. I'd like to use that one on the front page. You'll get top dollar for it, and I'll make sure you get full credit.
I think we should go big with this, Clint. 4x6 or better.
Yep.
Hey, look, I'm really pleased that you like my picture, but about that job.
Yeah, I know you.
I've got more samples if you want to see them.
Yeah, well, as a matter of fact, I will want to see them. But meanwhile, why don't we just figure that you're working for the Banner on a trial basis?
Are you kidding me?
No, when Clint says something, he means it, Cord. And if you ask me, it's a terrific decision. Congratulations.
Why, I don't believe this. I mean, this is even better than winning a silver buckle at a rodeo.
Well, I look forward to working with you, too. Understand you're a hell of a fella. I look forward to getting to know you.
You have no idea how happy I am to be back in Landview. And I owe it all to you. I mean, if it hadn't been for you going to El Paso to drag me back here.
Oh, pure selfishness. I didn't like the idea of spending the rest of my life without you. Now, my personal and professional life. So, I was wondering if you'd like to come...
I accept.
Tina, you didn't even let me invite you.
I know all about the Press Association Award, and I would be honored.
Now, before you accept, you should know that Clint and Vicky will be there, too.
It's a free country.
Well, what I'd like is a night free of fighting, backbiting, and recriminations.
Richard, as far as I am concerned, my problems with Vicky and Clint are all in the past.
You really mean that?
Yes, starting with tonight, your big night, I am going to put everything in the past. In fact, everything and everyone.
Everyone?
No, not everyone. I will always love thinking about you and me.
Brad, I realize the death of this jockey was a shock to you.
She had a name, damn it, Charlie, and it wasn't just a death. She was murdered in cold blood.
You might want to tone down that kind of talk. I'll prove you're looking at a lot of trouble.
I told you, she was on to Barron and his drugged-up horses. When he found out about it, he had her killed.
Careful, Brad, I mean it. Art Barron is a respected member in this community.
And not to mention a personal friend of Ed Hall's.
Yeah, well, Charlie was a personal friend of mine. Look, I just don't understand how the DA's office can look the other way. Whoa, wait a minute. I bet Barron had a lot of friends. Are you one of them, Herb?
What does that mean?
What? What did he do? Make a little, campaign contribution? Is that it?
Oh, what if he did?
Maggie, let me handle it.
Oh, it's clear to me now. Now I see why you don't want to start an investigation. It might lead to your little pal Bart.
That is not the issue.
Isn't it?
The issue is evidence or the lack of evidence, and I'm not going to launch an investigation on hearsay.
If you had been listening to what I've been telling you, there's a lot more involved here than just hearsay, but you don't want to listen, do you?
Brad, what Herb means...
I know what Herb means. When it comes to looking for a murderer, campaign contributors are off limits. That's the way you play the game. Right, Herb?
Thanks, Tina.
Well, you don't have to thank me. I know how important this award is to you, and I would never spoil it for you.
Now, it's not just the award. It's Clint and Vicky's support. Well, now that they're back in charge of the banner, well, they could have told me I wasn't needed anymore.
Now, look, Vicky and Clint may not be two of my favorite people, but they're not stupid. I know they feel very lucky to have you as their managing editor.
Well, they're not the only one who feels lucky today.
Well, thank you.
Well, that goes without saying. I was referring to last night.
What about last night?
Tina, didn't you see the paper? Craig Stone tried to make a run for it, and he took Cassie hostage. Well, I caught up with him out at the airport, but Stone pulled a gun on me and Cassie.
He had a gun? You mean he could have shot you?
Oh, I definitely think he had that in mind. In fact, if it wasn't for a quick-thinking photographer, I might be receiving this award tonight posthumously. Here, take a look. Right here.
Firefly netted. Oh, Richard, how could you put yourself into this kind of danger?
Well, it wasn't just me. The kid with the camera helped, too. That's some picture, huh?
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, Clint thought so, too. He offered the guy a job at the banner.
Oh, well, I think he deserves more than a job. In fact, I'm going to write him a personal note to thank him for saving your life. What's his name?
It's right there under the photo. Guy's got a lucky break here. A photo on his first job in the big city.
Yeah, that's quite a break. Cord Roberts?
Yeah, do you know Cord Roberts?
No. Of course not. How could I?
Well, you seem so surprised.
It's just that this article and picture and everything reminds me of how much danger you were in, and I don't like it. Just take it away, please.
Well, I didn't mean to upset you.
Look, Richard, it's just that it would just be terrible to lose you now. I'm not when we have so much to look forward to, like this dinner tonight.
This party really means a lot to you, doesn't it?
Yes, it means everything to me. You have no idea how privileged I feel to be able to walk in on the arm of the guest of honor.
I'm the one who feels privileged. But I better get back to work, or I'm not going to deserve that award. So, I tell you what, why don't I pick you up later tonight, okay?
Now wait. Richard.
Yes.
You said that Clint offered a job to this, what's his name?
Cord Roberts.
Cord, yeah. Did he take it?
Well, he sure did, on a trial basis. Why?
Oh, no reason. Don't work too hard.
I'll try not to. Goodbye.
Bye.
For once, huh? Do I have to tell you 12 ways to Tuesday? I love you, Tina.
Yeah, and I could say that I love you too, but I can't, and I won't.
You can if you mean it.
Cord, I just can't say it right now, all right? Because I'd only end up hurting you.
Will you let me worry about that?
Look, you are wrong for me.
Those are just words, and you don't believe them.
They aren't just words. You can't give me what I want.
But I can give you what you need.
Congratulations, Cord, not just on your quick thinking, but also on your wonderful photographs.
Thank you, ma'am. I guess I just had the right time at the right spot with the right shutter speed.
Spoken like a pro.
My husband tells me you're going to be with us for a while.
Well, don't tell a soul, ma'am, but I do it for free.
Don't ever say that. Come and sit down.
I guess all I really want is a chance to show you what I can do.
Well, we've already seen good evidence of that, Cord.
Now, come on. Tell me something. You didn't come all the way to Lambview just to work on a newspaper. You have plenty of fine ones in Texas.
Well, you might say that I had a personal sort of reason.
Uh-oh. That usually translates into cherchez la femme.
Beg pardon?
What my husband is asking in a very unsubtle way is your personal reason female?
Shows, huh?
Must be pretty serious for you to follow her all this way.
Yeah, well, yes, sir, it is serious. At least by my way of thinking. Trouble is, I haven't convinced the lady that I'm the right man for her. Yet.
Yes, but something tells me you're not going to give up without a struggle.
You got that right, Mrs. Buchanan.
Oh, please, call me Vicky.
Okay.
And I'm Clint.
Great. Clint and Vicky. I tell you, I really can't believe this. I can't believe I am sitting here working with you. You know, it wasn't that long ago that my grandma sent this letter. Well.
What?
Nothing. No, I really don't need to waste your time with that now.
Well, I got something that might be worth your time. Your first assignment.
All right. Pennsylvania Press Association award dinner, huh?
Yeah, and we're going to want a lot of pictures. And not the usual glad hand, toothy grin type of thing. I want human interest. That's the key.
Right.
Think you can handle it?
Won't be for lack of trying.
Good. Just show them the invitation. There's a press pass included, and, oh, you're going to need a tux.
Say what?
You can rent a tuxedo at the Imperial Shop. It's about 3 blocks away, and anyone can point you in the right direction.
Oh, sure. Thank you, ma'am.
Good.
Me in a tuxedo, man. If my folks could see this, they wouldn't believe it. Well, thanks.
Bye-bye.
Hell of a kid, isn't he?
Absolutely. What did he mean by his grandmother wrote a letter?
Beats me. Look, if we're going to make that awards dinner, we had better get to it.
You are not going to believe... Oh, Miss Buchanan, I'm sorry. I didn't realize...
All right, Mike, what is it?
Well, I got a tip about a horse down at Lambview Downs.
What kind of a tip?
Forget it, sweetheart. It's not important.
The hell it isn't. I can prove that there's been illegal doping going on down the track, and I can prove who's behind it.
Mike, I said forget it. And watch your mouth in front of my wife. She's a lady.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I get like that, okay? But, Clint, you gotta listen to me.
No, you listen to me. I told you once, forget the racetrack story. Now, don't make me tell you again.
Who are you to accuse me of anything, much less squashing an investigation? Isn't that what's going on?
Brad, we can't launch a probe on your word alone. We need proof.
I can give you the name of a dozen horses, proven winners, including my own Lucky Opal, that never lost a race until Barron's drugged-up horses came along.
Oh, so that's what this comes down to. You're sore because one of Barron's horses knocked yours off fair and square.
Fair? Steve, would you take a look at this and tell me if that sounds fair and square to you?
What is this, evidence?
Charlie wrote that to Mike Rivers. He's a sports journalist at the Banner.
Dear Mike, I'm investigating some funny business at the track for a friend.
Guess who?
But I think I'm in over my head. Need your advice, Charlie.
Well? Well, what? This doesn't even mention Barron or his horses. Doesn't prove a thing.
She was killed within 24 hours of writing that letter. Doesn't that prove anything?
Brad, maybe you ought to read something. It's called the Medical Examiner's Report. Now, he concluded that your friend Charlie's death was purely accidental.
It was made to look that way. And you gonna protect Barron just because he's your meal ticket man?
Okay, that does it. You want to know who this office has been protecting? Up till now, you.
What the hell are you talking about?
Hauled in for passport fraud.
Wait a minute, is this some kind of threat?
You take it any way you want, but you lay off. You're the last person to tell me how to run an investigation. You understand?
Yeah, I understand. I hope holding on to your office is worth it. Because it's going to cost you a lot of money, Herb. And every ounce of integrity I thought you had left.
But just forget about it, Herb. He's upset about his friend.
But yes, let's talk about friendship, Maggie. Let's talk about confidentiality, too. Are those foreign concepts to you?
Herb, what's the matter with you?
You had to volunteer that Mark Barron gave money to the campaign.
He would have found that out by himself.
If you work for me, I expect loyalty.
I know what's getting you so upset, and it has nothing to do with me telling Brad about the contributions.
You wanted that?
Yes. You know what's really got your goat? Brad is onto something. You know, your ambition is starting to show finally. You just can't admit it, can you?
I am fine. Hey, that doesn't even say the half of it. I am riding high, wide, and handsome here.
Yeah, I can hear your voice, son. Well, slow down a little bit, so tell us where you are now.
Well, I just found this great little rooming house. Tell Ma that the sheets are clean and the bugs are real friendly types.
Ask him if he's met anyone.
Your mother would like to know...
Yeah, I heard her. Ma, I have met the best people out here, and I met them in the darndest way, too.
I'm afraid to ask.
Well, sounds like you're having yourself a real adventure, son.
I tell you, Pa, it's like the fates are running my life here. You know, no sooner did I get off the plane than I walked right in the middle of a shootout.
Shootout? Corey, did you say a shootout?
Ma, don't worry. Everything is fine. Nobody was hurt.
Oh.
See, I pulled out my trusty camera, you know, and I flashed it at this guy who was holding a gun on this girl. Well, as soon as the flash went off, he dropped the gun. The cops come by and haul him off to the calaboose.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, wait. That's not all. Listen to this. That picture that I flashed ended up on the front page of the biggest paper in town. How about that? And there's more. I just got a job as a staff photographer over there. Isn't that great? It's only temporary right now, but I know that if they give me... Huh?
Son, what's the name of the newspaper in case we can pick up a copy here in El Paso?
Pa, that's what I'm telling you. That's why the fates are working for me right here. The name of that paper is The Banner, the very one that Grandma wanted me to work for. Vicki Buchanan, publisher, Clint Buchanan, executive editor. How about that? Isn't that great? Ma, do you believe that? Isn't that about the best news you've ever heard?
Your mother's just surprised, son. So am I.
Well, I tell you, Paul, that makes three of us. Well, look, I better get going here. I don't have that much time to talk to you. Clint gave me my first assignment today. How about that, huh? He wants me to call him Clint. Oh, yeah, and I get to wear a tuxedo to this shindig tonight. How about that? Pa, I tell you, this is great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pa? You still there?
Yes, son. Yes, we're still here.
Well, good. Well, you guys take care of each other, huh? Tell Ma that I love you both, and I'll be in touch as soon as I can, all right? We love you, huh? Bye-bye.
Make it easy on both of us and say yes.
Not until you tell me what I am saying yes to. No, sir, I wasn't speaking with you. Yes, it's fine.
I am this close to making a deal on a new film.
Well, you have been awfully quiet about it, you know?
That's because I didn't want to tell anybody until I was sure.
Well, thank you, sir, for your support, and please be sure to vote early. What are you talking about?
Are you ready for this? Now, the script is all set. We are going to be filming exclusively in L.A. All we are looking for is another actress to play one of the leading roles. Now, we are looking for someone with beauty and style and a sense of humor. And I thought maybe you could recommend someone.
Oh, recommend?
No. I'm kidding. The part is yours if you want.
If only it were that simple.
I know. You have to read the script, and your agent has to read the script, and your head...
No. You are forgetting the most important person, and that is Larry.
Okay, let him read the script. I mean, he's used to making second opinions.
No, you can't make a joke about this. Take off for Hollywood right now when we're getting so close. It's just...
He has his career, doesn't he? I mean, what's wrong with you having yours?
Sweetie, some people can handle bi-coastal romance, but I'm not sure that we could.
What does that mean?
Hey, how you doing? Cookies to help out.
Well,
Isn't that
actually,
nice? Hold on, we won't work too hard. I want you to stay nice and fresh for our date tonight. Especially fresh.
Do you think I could talk to you for a second?
Oh, sure. I'll talk to you later.
Hi, Pete.
Brad? Well, looks like I do owe Connie one after all. She said you'd be down here one day to pitch in.
Well, I'm afraid today's not the day. Could we talk?
Sure, what's up?
In private.
Privacy's a premium around here.
It's okay. I've got to go send his ass over to the band now.
Thanks.
Listen, Brad, if it's about the campaign...
No, it's about murder. It's funny, though. The more I try and find out the truth, the more the campaign seems to be involved.
You want to run that by me again?
Did Connie tell you what happened at the track yesterday?
Yeah, she said Jockey was riding one of your horses, took a terrible fall. I was sorry to hear about it.
Her name was Charlie, and it wasn't just a terrible fall. She was killed. Keep her mouth shut.
Wait a minute. I just finished reading the banner. I didn't read anything about murder.
Yeah, well, the papers don't know the half of it. And if Herb Callison gets his way, they never will.
Wait a minute. What's Herb got to do with this?
I'm trying to tell you. Look, Charlie started asking questions around the track, mainly, how can two-bit nags win major competitions against major competitors? The answers started to seem obvious. Drugs.
Did you go to the police for this information?
She never had the chance.
All right, did you tell Herb about all this?
I just talked to him. He refuses to investigate.
On what grounds?
Insufficient evidence, but I know what's really stopping him. He's afraid an investigation is going to lead to his biggest campaign contributor, Bart Barron.
So the rumor was correct. That's how he's pulling off this TV campaign.
Yeah, he's got enough time and money to get himself reelected, but he doesn't have 5 minutes to solve Charlie's murder.
If it's a murder. You don't have any evidence?
Well, that's why I'm coming to you. If the incumbent DA wants to sit on his hands, fine. Maybe the next day would like to get himself involved.
I'll tell you what. I'll pull in some favors. I'll see what I can find out.
Thanks, Pete.
I'm going to have to stay unofficial for now. But if your story is true, and if I'm elected, I promise you, I'll start an investigation, no matter where it leads.
And of course, you've already met my daughter, Cassie.
Yes, of course.
Glad to see you're okay.
Thank you. Yes, isn't it wonderful that she managed to escape from the clutches of that Craig Stone? But, unfortunately, she was just leaving, weren't you, sweetheart?
Oh, I have to get ready for dinner. It was nice seeing you again.
You too.
Okay.
Bye. Bye, darling. I'll see you tonight.
Hey! Now then, shall I have Emma bring us something to drink?
No, thanks. What I have to say won't take long.
Oh, my. You seem so serious today, especially after last night.
Well, a lot has happened since last night, Dorian.
Oh. Well, if you mean that untimely interruption, I'm as sorry about that as you were. But if you saw the paper this morning, you know that my daughter really was in danger.
Oh, I don't doubt that. But then again, I'm the trusting type.
Oh. Then you must be upset or embarrassed because you left your tie here. Don't worry, I was very discreet. I put it in the drawer.
Forget the damn tie. I don't want anything from you, and the only reason I'm here is to give you this. You recognize it? Your so-called hate mail from Paul Kendall.
How did you get that?
Maybe you forgot. I'm a private detective. I did what any pro would have done. I lifted it.
You stole it out of my drawer while you were pretending that you cared about me? How dare you?
Oh, cool your jets, lady. If anybody should be screaming foul, it is me.
Why? What did I do to you?
I took this note that you say Paul Kendall stuck on your door and compared it with a note on your personal stationery you sent to me. And guess what? The watermarks match.
So?
So what the hell are you up to? And just how dumb do you think I am? And why did you write a letter to Paul Kendall and pass it off as a threat to yourself? I want some answers, Dorian. And I want them right now.
I can't believe it. My biggest fear is coming true. He is actually working for Clint Buchanan.
Try not to think about it.
Try not to. How can I not? Al, I know you're thinking the same thing I am. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. He is bound to find out the truth.
The hell with the truth. I'm that boy's father in every respect. I taught him how to rope and how to ride, how to fish, how to hunt. I taught him how to use that camera. I taught him everything. Now...
Al, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being so selfish. My God, I'm behaving like I'm the only one who's losing a son here. I'm sorry.
Maria, we should have told him the truth in the first place. Oh, Maria, honey, I'm sorry. We shared the good times, and we'll share these times, too. No matter what happens.
But that's the worst part of it, not knowing how or when it's going to happen. Al, I can't. I can't just sit here waiting for Cord to find out that he is the Buchanan.
That's all we can do, honey. What other choice do we have?
Settled our business a little while ago, Mike.
Relax, boss. I'm not here to push a story. I just, well, I was hoping maybe you could work out a shift change for me.
The shift change? Why? What's up?
Well, with all the night games and the baseball schedule, I figured I should be working nights too, if it's okay with you.
Baseball?
Yeah.
Since when did you cover baseball?
Well, I was thinking that, I should...
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that if you work nights, you'll have your days free to snoop around the track.
I'm telling you.
And don't lie to me. Request denied.
So what, I'm just supposed to accept your decision? Is that it?
Look, Mike, I know how you feel about losing a friend.
Well, then why don't you just let me tackle the story my own way, huh? Look, I just want to get the guys who killed Charlie.
Those guys could be professionals. Now, they're into doping horses and killing jockeys. You think they're going to back off when it comes to taking care of you?
Look, Clint, I'll be careful, Clint, okay? I'm just not about to forget what they did to her.
You know what you remind me of?
Yeah. You're a typical cub reporter or something.
Yeah, a cub reporter named Clint Buchanan. I've already got a news reporter covering the racetrack story.
Great.
But the night shift is yours.
You mean that?
Yes, I mean it. Probably nuts, but yes, I mean it.
Hey, Clint, you're not going to regret this.
I hope not, Mike. For both our sakes.
We don't know Paul Kendall. I mean, the man would stoop to anything. He probably got in here somehow and stole a piece of my stationery and used it.
No more lies, Dorian.
I'm not lying. All right, I am. I did write the letter. But if you only knew the reason why...
Oh, by all means, please, tell me why. That's why I'm here. What would make you do such a thing?
You.
Me?
Yes. I thought you weren't interested in me. I thought you didn't care. And I was hoping that if you thought I was in danger, that you would want to help me.
Don't you know me at all? That is the surest way in the world of turning me off. I hate being manipulated.
I know it now.
Yeah, well, you should have realized it from the start. What do you think I liked about you, Dorian?
I didn't know you did like me. You never said it to me.
I thought you were different from all the other women I'd known in my life. I thought that you were mature, confident, that you laid all your cards on the table.
I'm laying my cards on the table now.
Well, that's great. It's too late.
No, it's not. Don't say that.
Do you think I want to? You know, I was just beginning to think that you and I had something together.
Why didn't you say it to me?
Because you know that it's hard for me to show my feelings. With you, I thought maybe I could start. I thought maybe we had that kind of trust.
Oh, but we can. Really. I mean, we can. If you would just forgive me. Believe me. If you could only understand the reason why I did it. It was because of my feelings for you. Can't you understand that?
I can understand. And I can forgive you. But I cannot forget and ignore what happened.
Oh, please try. Please.
Damn it. Why do you think I feel so betrayed? Without that trust, we have nothing to build on. Nothing at all, Dorian. Now, have a nice life.
Do you know that it's almost time for dinner and the guest of honor isn't even here yet?
Speak of the devil.
Oh.
Richard, that applause is for you. Why did they give you the award?
Well, there's nothing they could give me that'll make me happier than I am right now.
Why doesn't he open his eyes? Can't he see that she's just using him?
Hey, Mimi, you're not going to avoid me.
Woody, I am not avoiding you. We were just about to get some champagne.
That's a great idea, but first we have to do a little talking.
I think I better go. No, bye.
Now listen, I'm telling you, this script is dynamite.
So, Richard, it's all right to kiss the man of the hour, I assume?
Any hour, any day.
Good. Tina, I want you to know that we are very, very proud of you. And you deserve this award very richly. And as if we didn't know that already, you are a very treasured part of the banner and of our family.
Well, thank you very much.
And like any treasure, we don't want anything to happen to you. That's why, Richard,
That's why we hope that this evening will be all that you want it to be. Don't we, darling?
Of course we do. Yes.
Well, we all want the same thing, Richard.
Well, having you here tonight, all of you, means more to me than any award.
Woody, I am not in the mood to discuss movies tonight. Please.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Mimi King?
Yes, yes, I am.
Hey, and you're Michael Woodward. You directed her last picture, Backfire, right?
Yeah, I sure did. Hey, wasn't she fantastic?
Hey, I saw her 3 times. I really loved it.
Really?
Hey, how about one of you two together, okay?
Yes,
Oh,
I'm
great.
waiting
No,
for-
look,
I'm
Larry
waiting
would
for
love to
somebody.
see your picture in the paper.
Yes.
Say yes.
No.
Perfect. Hey, thanks a lot. I can't wait for your next picture.
Yeah.
Thanks. Hey, that is your public talking. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't disappoint them.
No, let's get some champagne.
Okay, look, I will leave it at the front desk, all right? And you read it when you have time. Say by tomorrow morning?
If you promise to leave me alone tonight and let me enjoy myself, I promise I'll read your script.
That's
okay?
my girl.
I'm not making any promises.
I know, but I'm making a promise. If you read that script, you won't be able to turn it down.
Right.
Why did you stop me?
Because it's Richard's night. That's why.
All right, we'll do it your way tonight. I just hope we can get a picture of him by himself with that Tina and her smug little grin. Court, how you doing?
Fine. No toothy smiles, no glad hands. I'm going for all the human interest I can get.
Well, then, you've just made your new boss very happy.
Great.
You think you can get that picture for us we want?
You just point me in the right direction, boss.
All right, the guest of honor just showed up. If you'll mosey on over that way, I think you can get some pretty terrific pictures.
Got it.
It's no use. Really, I can't look at all those happy faces.
Oh, yes, you can. Besides, I mean, how are they going to have the press awards dinner without you there? They can't.
Mrs. Lord, someone just slipped this under the front door.
Did you happen to see the person?
No, ma'am. When I opened the door, they were gone.
All right, thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, open it up. I bet it's from Jonathan Russell.
You really think so?
Oh, yeah. He's probably begging for forgiveness. I bet.
Dorian, I've been watching you. I told you I would return someday to make you pay for what you did. Time's up. Paul Kendall. I've been watching you. I told you I'd return someday to make you pay for what you did. Time's up. Paul Kendall. Oh, God, no.
Here, let me see that.
It's a nightmare. Absolutely a nightmare.
Well, it's the same tone as the last letter from that crackpot from before.
No, Connie.
Okay, then it's from Paul Kendall. We won't panic. We'll, call the police.
You don't understand. That letter really is from Paul Kendall. And Connie, I'm scared to death.
I can't let you do this.
Al, my mind's made up.
You can't just drop everything, pack a bag, and fly to Landview.
I have a ticket on the next flight. Now, if you don't want to drive me to the airport, I'll call a taxi.
You think this is real simple, don't you? Just go to the airport, jump on a plane, fly to Landview, find Cord, and come on back. Hey, there's nothing to it.
I know where he's staying.
And we also know why he's staying there. He's not about to come back without that little Tina girl.
Well, he's just going to have to change his plans.
Maria, you can't get him to change his plans. No matter what, he's not going to.
Al, don't you see I have to? I've got to get him back here before he finds out about me and my lies, and
Listen, I don't blame you for wanting to try.
I have to try. I have to succeed before he finds out the truth. before he finds out that Clint Buchanan is his real father.
Oh, excuse me. Are you taking pictures of the candidates?
No, ma'am. Right now, I'm looking for the guest of honor.
Oh, no, but if you get a chance, why don't you take a picture of our next DA?
Why don't you let the man do his job, okay? Oh, no, that's okay. That's all part of my job. Trouble is, I don't want you just plain standard shot here. How about if I come back a little bit later, take a picture of you and the fellow you're running against?
You must be new around here, son. Fair play is an alien term among some of us lately.
Oh, I don't mind sharing the spotlight with competition, Herb. Now, that's what I call human interest. You know, in Texas, when we got two dogs sniffing after the same bone, they always bark and bite. I guess people in Landview are a lot more civilized, huh?
Yeah, we're a lot more civilized here.
Great. Well, I'll tell you what, you all hold those smiles. I'll be back in a little bit, all right?
Good.
No, I haven't prepared a speech. I thought I'd just say what's in my heart and hope nobody falls asleep.
Well, I wouldn't worry about it, Richard.
You mean you are not the slightest bit nervous?
Well,
he's not. I am. It's such a tremendous honor. It really is.
Mr. Abbott, there you are. How about a picture of you surrounded by all of these lovely...
Well, Court, we meet again. Under much happier circumstances this time, don't you think?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah, much.
You're not called Robert.
Yes, I am. Yes.
You two know each other?
Well, no, but I recognize your name from the photograph of the banner. Oh, you're the one who came to Cassie's rescue.
All I did was snap a picture.
All he did was help save Cassie's life and mine. Tina, this is the photographer I was telling you about. Cord Roberts, Tina Lord.
Miss Lord.
Mr. Robert?
Cord is from Texas, Tina. She just got back from Texas herself.
Oh, really? Tell me, Miss Lord, what made you leave? Most people, when they go to Texas, they never want to leave.
Oh, that's not quite true. I left Texas. Well, yeah, you did too, Mr. Roberts.
Yes, I did.
Well, Cord had a special reason, didn't you, Cord? There's something about a lady that you wanted to bring back with you?
Oh.
Yeah. Something like that, yeah.
Weren't you going to take a picture?
Thanks for reminding me. Mr. Abbott, if you just take a step back, we'll just take care of it.
I thought that we'd get one of all of us together.
No. You are the guest of honor. We're not going to take away his glory, are we?
No.
We will see you later. It was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you, too.
Now, don't you leave me. Why don't you get a picture of the two of us together, okay?
Richard, I really don't think that's...
No, I insist. Come on, Cord, anytime you're ready.
All righty. Okay, hold her right there. Oh, Miss Lord, you can give me a better smile than that.
Cord, how about one of Richard alone?
Well, I think that we've got enough pictures for tomorrow's edition, don't we, Vicky?
No, Richard, I agree with Clint. I think it'd be very nice to have one of you all by yourself.
Miss Lord, if you wouldn't mind.
No, of course not. Why would I mind? Mr. Roberts?
Oh, this looks real nice. Oh, that's nice.
Tina, have you and Cord met before? Why would you say that? Because you seem to have a playful dislike for each other. And that usually happens after someone's gotten to know you.
I think we got enough, please.
One more, please.
My smile's beginning to hurt here.
I'll finish.
Yeah, well, I think maybe we ought to not monopolize Mr. Roberts' time here. I'm sure he's got other photographs to take. Besides, everybody wants to congratulate him.
I guess we'll meet you over in the dining room later, okay?
Oh, Miss Lord. Nice meeting you.
The same. Let's stop playing games.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear that.
Would you please just go back to El Paso, please, for both of our sakes?
Tina, are you coming?
Yes. Yes, Richard, of course.
Honey, stop and think. What could you possibly say that's going to turn him around?
Well, I'm not sure yet.
You're wasting your time flying to Landview. He went up there to get that little Tina girl, and he's not going to come back without her.
Well, look, he's just having a little fling, that's all. I mean, now that he's been in her world and he sees that he doesn't fit in, well, maybe he'll want to come back.
What if he doesn't? Don't you think that your flying out there could just make matters worse?
Worse? They can't be worse, Al.
Oh, can't they? What if Clint Buchanan recognizes you? What if Asa Buchanan recognizes you?
They They won't. My God, they haven't seen me in ages.
Honey, I don't know what they look like, but you're the spitting image of the girl that I married about 20 years ago.
Oh, Al. Maybe in your eyes, but... Well, certainly not in theirs. But it's just a chance that I have to take. Oh, Al, I can't lose Cord.
Honey.
Not to those Buchanans. You don't know them the way I do. They are... Asa Buchanan is so ruthless. When he found out that I was carrying Clint's child, he said there wasn't anything he wouldn't do to protect his son. I told you. He threatened to have us deported. Just send us over the border without a dime, without any hope, without anything.
Right. And that's why you never told Clint. That's why you and your mother left the county.
You see what kind of people they are. You want Cord being one of them?
No.
Then you know why I've got to fly to Landview. Al, even if the worst happens, if Cord finds out the truth, I've got to be there to protect him.
I understand, honey. I understand perfectly.
Then would you let me go, please, before it's too late?
You're going all right. But you're not going alone. I'm going with you.
What do you mean this letter is really from Paul Kendall? I thought you said the first one was from Kendall, wasn't it?
There's no point in lying to you. Connie, I wrote that first letter.
You did what?
I told you I was playing games that I didn't need to.
And you wrote a phony letter just to get Jonathan's attention? Oh, Dory.
Don't say it, all right? I know. The game blew up in my face. I got his attention with a vengeance.
And he knows?
Yes.
Is that why he stormed out of here? And then you got this, the real letter?
Yeah, I'd die laughing if I weren't already scared to death.
I don't know. This just sounds like too much of a coincidence to me. And you write a phony letter, and then you get this real one.
Why are you looking at me like that? Connie, this letter is not a fake. I swear that to you.
Okay, I'm not saying that.
You don't need to say it. I can see it in your eyes. I'm telling you, there is a logical explanation for this.
Good, I'd love to hear it.
All right, Paul Kendall saw that article in the Banner that Richard wrote.
That would set him off that much?
Exactly. It doesn't take much to bother Paul. I'm telling you, he read it. He got furious at me for digging up the past, and he decided to come back to Landview and take his long-awaited revenge.
Well, that's a wild enough story, but,
It is not a story, Connie. It is the truth. Now, what am I going to do? I mean, how am I going to stop him?
Okay. First thing you should do is just calm down. And the second thing you should do is call Jonathan.
No.
Dorian, he's a trained professional.
He can give you protection. No, the man will think that I'm crying wolf. He'll laugh in my face.
Okay, then I'll come with you. We can explain it to him together.
It's no use. Come to think of it, it's the cruelest irony of all, isn't it? Now, when I really do need him and he really could help me, he's the last person in the world I can turn to.
Wait, where are you going?
I'm going to the one person who can help me. I just hope it's not too late.
Makes this country so great. Even in the toughest fight, a spirit of camaraderie prevails.
I'm just going to have to write that down and use it in a speech somewhere.
Always good to see you, Pete. And you, Herb?
You too, Mark.
I guess politics is off limits tonight.
Yeah, well, we're trying. Could I talk to you for a minute?
Oh, sure.
Excuse us, please.
You didn't have to get rid of me, you know. I wasn't going to scratch his eyes out.
Maybe I should have let you. Look at him over there.
Well, I guess the rumors were true. Herb owes a lot to Mr. Barron for his campaign fund.
Yep. Brad said that Bart Barron had Herb in his hip pocket. I guess he was right.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. What?
Oh, thank you.
Cheers.
Herb, I can tell you right now, if you need to run more commercials, I'll just open my checkbook.
Let's not talk money for once, Bart. Let's talk horses.
Horses?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you were fond of the track.
Well, I'm not. I'm also not fond of illegal drugging and murder.
Herb, you're beginning to lose me now.
Bart, I don't want to lose your support. And I have to tell you, I've heard some rather disturbing reports lately about events at the racetrack.
Really?
Jockey was killed yesterday, or didn't you know about that?
Of course I know. It was a very tragic accident.
I've heard talk that it wasn't an accident. I've also heard talk that you were involved somehow.
Me? That's absurd. No, it's slander. Who's saying these things? Who are making these charges? Herb, tell me. I have a right to know.
It doesn't matter who it is.
No, let me make that.
Bart, I just wanted to let you know that I can't ignore this. I'm not accusing you of anything. I hope to prove these charges false as quickly as possible, but I do want you to know where I stand. I have to look into it.
Well, of course I understand. Wouldn't expect anything less from the man that I'm backing for re-election. But I can save you a whole lot of trouble, Herb.
Oh, no, it's no trouble. It's my job. Now, that's another thing. If I should lose this job to Pete O'Neill over there, you'd better prepare yourself for a ruthless investigation.
You mean because I'm backing your campaign?
Mm-hmm. All's fair in love and politics, my friend. And you can be sure whoever brought this up to me will take it to Pete if he wins. For all I know, he already has.
Hors d'oeuvres, Mr. Darren?
No, thanks. I've just lost my appetite for it.
Hey, what are you still doing here, Detective? I thought you were supposed to be at that shindig tonight.
Well, I'm on my way, Captain. I thought you might want to hear this, though.
You got something?
Well, I've only started looking into the charges of corruption in the department, but I can tell this much already. The evidence points higher than your average street cop. Much higher.
How high is high?
Well, let me put it to you this way. Are you ready to take the heat in the headlines if our investigation points to some very important people?
That bad, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's easy. I'm ready to take the headlines, but I'm a little concerned about you. I mean, after all, it's your life that's on the line. You want me to get somebody else?
I've thought about it long and hard. I can't pretend I'm not worried. Not for myself, but for Sammy. I'm all she's got, Ed.
All right, strictly voluntary. I told you I can get somebody else.
No, I want my daughter to grow up proud that her dad's a cop. Now, she's not going to be proud unless we clear the department of all the rot that's in it now. So for her sake and mine, I'm not pulling out.
Okay, well, you just...
Rafe, Ed, I'm so glad you're both here.
Dorian, would you mind just knocking...
Ed, you've got to talk to me. My life is in danger.
Okay, Dorian, sit down. Take a deep breath.
Captain, if you don't mind...
Yeah, run along. I can handle Dorian's little problem.
It is not a little problem.
Well,
never is. Night, Captain?
Yeah.
Ed, I'm telling you, somebody is trying to terrify me, even try to kill me.
Calm down, Dorian, please. Sit down. Start at the beginning.
All right. It all begins with Paul Kendall.
Paul Kendall? There's a blast from the past. Yeah, I think I do remember him threatening you, but that was a long time ago.
Not long ago enough for Paul, because you see, he's come back to Lambview. He's going to make good his threat. Here's the proof.
Where'd you get this?
He slipped it underneath my door. Read it. He makes his hideous intentions abundantly clear.
Well, I guess I can understand why you could be frightened, but this doesn't have to come from Paul Kendall. I mean, come on, you're a public figure. Grow up, will you? I mean, you must have gotten your share of crank letters by now.
Grow up? How dare you talk to me in such a condescending manner? That letter was written by Paul Kendall. It sounds exactly like Paul Kendall.
Oh, I have to admit, it does sound like the Paul Kendall that you described in that article in the Banner. But
Well, then?
there are lots of people who wouldn't mind seeing you suffer a little bit, Dorian. I mean, you don't have to go get a ghost from the past to explain this letter.
I don't need an explanation. What I need, what I demand is action.
Well, you want me to put a trace on the letter?
I know who the letter came from. What I want you to do, Ed, is get a uniformed officer to stand outside my door round the clock.
No, I can't take an officer off of regular duty for that. Maybe you ought to just hire yourself a private bodyguard. At least until I can sort of check this out. I mean, otherwise...
Never mind. Thank you very much for aiding a helpless citizen and taxpayer.
Dorian, what can I do without evidence?
Evidently, nothing. Good night, Ed. I hope your conscience lets you sleep well.
Don't tell me I can't go. If you can, what's stopping me?
Well, the ranch, for one thing.
We've got a foreman, don't we? What do you think we pay him for?
There is no reason for you to fly to Landview, just to drop everything. Besides, it's my fight. Cord is not...
Go ahead. Go right ahead. Say it. He's not my son.
That is not what I meant to say, and you know it. What I meant to say was that it is up to me to bring Cord back.
Well, I got news for you, Maria. If those Buchanans are half the vultures as you say they are, then it's up to both of us to bring him back.
But I can manage. I don't need for you to get involved, Al.
Maria, I am involved. Cord is not my flesh and blood, that's true, but there's nothing I wouldn't do for that boy. I mean nothing.
I've never doubted that.
Then don't tell me not to feel what you feel, because I do. I've raised that boy to be as straight and true as an arrow, and I'm not about to let the Buchanans break him in half.
Al, I've always known that you loved Cord, but I never realized how much until just now.
I love him enough to keep the Buchanans from hurting him. That's for sure. Like they did his mother. That's why I'm going.
Al, you know your temper. Now, supposing we bumped into Clint or Asa, Howard promised me that you...
Don't worry about my temper, okay? I'm not going to do anything to hurt Cord. The idea is to keep him away from the Buchanans, right?
Right.
Okay, then. What are we arguing about? We both want the same thing, don't we? We want our boy to come back home. So, what do you say we go get him?
Now, I just want you to know if there's any way I can help while you're learning the ropes, don't hesitate to ask.
Thanks, Richard. I can see why so many people look up to you around here.
Well, you just keep up the good work. You'll get your own share of the awards.
Well, I can think of one that I wouldn't mind winning. What's this? Giving the new man the old banner pep talk?
I was just telling Cord he can make the most of this job if he chooses, and we're ready to help any way we can.
Right. What do you got to say on that, Cord?
I'll give it my best shot. I'll take all the help I can get. Thanks.
Cord, would you mind if I borrowed these two gentlemen for a moment, please?
Fine by me, ma'am. I've got plenty of film left.
Okay.
Well, don't forget to have fun. It is allowed, you know. All right.
This way, my dears.
Excuse me, Miss Lord. Can I have one of you all by your lonesome?
I'd rather not, if you don't mind.
But I do mind. Just like I mind you doing your best to avoid me all night.
Cord, please just leave me alone. All right, in fact, just leave here, period.
Tina, I told you that I wasn't going to leave Landview. Not without you, I'm not.
Cord, there is no future for you here. There is no future for you and me.
I guess I see the future a little bit different than you do. Because I see you, and I see me, and I see you and me together.
Cord, please.
Come on, Tina. You just better get used to it. You better get used to seeing me wherever you go in Landview. You just turn around and I'll be there.
But I don't want you there.
You don't mean that.
Yes, I do. You follow me. I didn't want to ruin my life. Hey, people will notice.
You listen to me, and you listen to me good, all right? I'm not here to ruin your night or your life. Unless, of course, you think my being in love with you is some kind of disaster.
Cord, it is a disaster for both of us.
Don't you think that if I wanted to ruin things for you, I could have just marched right up to Richard and told him all about us?
There's something to tell him.
We both know better than that, Tina.
Look, what happened in Texas. It's over.
Oh, yeah? Even that one afternoon we spent together, alone out in the desert?
It means nothing to me. Absolutely nothing.
I don't believe that, Tina. I think that you were going to think of that every afternoon, every time you see me.
I won't.
You will. Because it's not just in your memory, Tina. It's in your skin. In every pore. You feel that little tingle when I touch you. That charge that is running through us like summer lightning. That openness, that closeness that you are never going to have with Richard or anyone else.
Corporal, what we had was just momentary. That's all. Those things fade.
You keep telling yourself that, Tina. You keep telling yourself that every time you see me making my way to the top in Lambview. Because when I get to the top, you are going to come with me. I know that you will.
No, Cord, you don't understand me. You don't understand me at all. Don't you see your dreams are too small for me? I'm never going to be happy with that. Cord, please just go back to El Paso, all right? Before I hurt you, before it's too late.
Tina, it's already too late for both of us. Now, you can holler and you can scream all you want to. But you can't deny that you love me. Go ahead. Say it. I dare you.
I don't love you, Cord.
Shoot, Tina. Even I can lie better than that. Look, don't worry. I'm here to do a job tonight. And I'm going to do it well. Because it's my first step to the top. You have fun, you hear?
Don't tell me they started without me.
Where were you? I was so worried.
Oh, it's okay, Delilah. I just had to stop off and take up my tux.
Delilah thinks that because you're a cop, your life is always in danger.
Well, isn't it?
Well, the more you know me, the more you'll find it's a pretty dull existence. Where's Larry tonight?
Well, I wish I could say that he was also picking up his tux, but I just got a call from the hospital.
Oh, no, not another emergency.
No, it's just, I know it's a matter of getting used to his lifestyle, but I just wish he would come just this once, have dinner, and maybe we could go out dancing or something.
Well, don't worry. I'm sure you'll have plenty of nights together.
Yeah, that's what Larry says. Well, you know what I'm going to do now? I'm thinking I'm going to go to my suite and look at that script that Woody's been begging me to go through.
Oh, no,
Oh,
please
come on,
don't go.
Mimi.
Sit with us.
No, well, thank you very much, but the way I'm feeling, I would probably make the champagne go flat. So, you guys have fun, all right?
Oh,
no, really.
Oh, me.
Yes, sir. May I help you? Good. Get the champagne. You don't mind?
May I see your invitation, sir?
Well, it's all been taken care of. My name's Leo Carson.
Carson? I'm sorry, you're not on my list.
I'm afraid your list is incomplete, friend. Dorian Lord invited me yourself.
How very convenient for you, since Mrs. Lord hasn't arrived.
Look, I know you have your job, but she told me she'd take care of all the arrangements. Now, look, ask Michael Woodward. She probably told him to expect me.
Oh, that's even better. Mr. Woodward had to leave unexpectedly.
See what?
I've dealt with many a gate crasher in my time, and you're one of the smoothest. But I'm afraid you're
Look, I'm telling you, Dorian Lord invited me.
And I'm inviting you to leave quietly before I have you thrown out. Now, what's it going to be?
Yeah, gents? Thanks, okay. You see, I told you we'd make a great team. Now that Clint's got me on the night schedule, we can put our plan in action. Let's take it one step at a time, Mike. What do you mean one step at a time? I thought you wanted to get Charlie's killer.
I do.
Yeah, well, I thought you wanted to track the drug connection down to its source, even if it is Mr. Bart Barron.
Look, Mike, I want to nail Barron as much as you do, but I've seen him in action. You haven't.
Hey, Bart Barron don't scare me. I don't care how much money the guy's got. I don't even care who he controls.
All right, you've got guts. Now try using your head. You think Barron got where he is because he's stupid? He already knows I have my suspicions. You go in there like Rambo, he's going to close the door on both of us.
Hey, Brad, I can take care of myself, huh?
I hope so.
What?
As a friend, remember what I said. Just play it cool.
Yeah, play it cool. No problem. Hey, look, Vernon, you could just keep your money, okay? No. Look, if you think you can buy me off that easy, you got another thing coming, buddy. You Mr. Bart Barron? My name's Mike Rivers. I'm a sports reporter with a banner. Mind answering a couple of questions?
I don't give unsolicited interviews. Sorry.
Okay, look, I could call your office and I could make an appointment. We could go that route, too. But do you really want all these rumors circulating?
What rumors?
I spend a lot of time at the track, Mr. Barron. I hear things.
I wonder from whom.
Oh, you know Mr. Lucky Oltl, too, huh?
I know enough not to believe a word he says. Good night, Mr. Rivers.
Yeah, well, see, I don't believe much either. unless I got proof. But, Mr. Vernon there offered me an embarrassing amount of money to do a story on you.
He did, really?
Yeah. He's a sore loser. He doesn't like it when his horses come in second to yours, but in particular, he doesn't like it when his jockeys die.
That was a terrible tragedy.
Well, according to him, it was more than a tragedy. It was murder, connected to a horse doping ring. He seems to think that you were behind it.
The man is a notorious liar. If you print a word of that story, or even if you tell anyone else, I'll haul you and your paper into court so fast you won't even know what hit you.
I'm just doing my job, Mr. Barron. I mean, if I find a story that's hot, I gotta follow it. But if you think it's a pack of lies, well, you can stop it cold by just answering a couple of simple questions. It's up to you.
You don't mince words, do you, son? I like that. And I'll be more than willing to answer your questions.
Okay, great. So let's get to it, huh?
No, I told you I was here for dinner, not an interview. But I appreciate a young man with a head on his shoulders, especially one who can't be bought. Why don't you drop by my office? I'd have a lot to talk about.
Okay, Mr. Barron, you got yourself a deal.
Darling, they're calling us in for dinner now.
Well, they can't start without Richard. That is, if Tina ever lets go of him.
Well, I wouldn't get my hopes up in that regard. Now that she's back, I can't imagine anything prying her away from him.
Thanks for coming.
Bye-bye.
Tina, it's not that I don't want you next to me, but you've hardly spoken to anyone else all evening.
Well, it's because I don't want to talk to anybody else, and I don't want to be with anybody else either.
Is there something wrong?
No, nothing, really.
Now, come on. I can tell when you're having a lousy time.
No, I am having a wonderful time, because I am with a wonderful man. That's the only man I want to be with.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. But if I'm so wonderful, why don't you smile for me, just to let me know that you really mean it?
Of course I mean it. I have never been happier in my entire life.
That's my girl.
Emma? 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 Oh. That's right, I gave her the night off. Nothing to be afraid of at all. Dorian Lloyd here. Hello? Hello? Who is this? I know that there is somebody there. Really, if this is your idea of a joke, I am not amused. What do you want from me? Tell me who you are. Say something!
Hold on tight. I need all the moral support I can get.
It's for both of us.
Richard, how about one more of you and Lee?
Well, what do you say, Tina? Can you stand one more shot?
Whatever you want, Richard. It's your big night.
Well, that's easy. I know what I want. Go ahead, Cord. Take your best shot.
That's very good, Richard.
Okay, keep smiling. Both of you. Just like that.
Perfect.
Well, I reckon that's it.
Okay, now you told the foreman where we could be reached, right?
Yes, Maria, yes.
And we're doing the right thing, aren't we?
We're doing the only thing we can do.
Well, maybe you're right. I mean, supposing we get to Landview and we just make matters worse.
Now, you're the one that said that things can't get any worse.
Oh, I know.
Maria, he's our boy. Our boy. We can't let those Buchanans turn him into one of theirs now, can we?
I'd rather die first.
Oh, all right, honey. Now, we got to be careful. You especially. You let me do the looking and asking around now. I don't want you running into Clint or Asa Buchanan, by accident.
Don't worry. I don't want to run into either one of them. Well, all I want to do is get my son back, and I want to undo the damage that Tina Lord has done.
All right, honey. Let's stop talking and start walking. Now, come on.
I did this.
I swear to you. I will stay here. I'll take care of you. I have got to make it up to you.
I don't want your help. When this war is over, people will forget. I will never forget. I will make you pay for this. I will make you pay for this.
Please.
Get out.
No.
Get out.
Hi, babe.
Oh, morning, sweetheart. How you doing? It was Charlie's funeral. I know it wasn't pleasant for you.
Oh, sad as hell. I mean, it's so unfair. She's so young. And I feel so responsible. I'm not going to rest until I nail that guy Barron.
There are a lot of nasty people out there. Dorian's the victim right now, as a matter of fact.
Dorian, what's going on?
She had this letter slipped underneath her door. It was a threat by Paul Kendall.
Another one?
Well, basically, it was the same letter as the last one.
This guy doesn't have much of an imagination, does he?
No, this isn't funny. I mean, she's really terrified.
That's weird. Nobody's heard from Paul Kendall in years. It's probably some crackpot who read Richard Abbott's series on spies in Landview.
I just hope this weirdo doesn't make good on his threats.
Yeah, it's doubtful. Probably get his jollies and move on.
What, do you know them?
No. That's a rather attractive woman that's there.
Good morning, Court. Richard, how you doing? Come on in.
Oh, thanks. Did you see this morning's banner yet?
No, I haven't been out yet.
Well,
Just woke up.
Well, take a look, pal. Your second photo and a byline.
Huh. Press Awards recipient Richard Abbott, flanked on his left by Victoria Buchanan, Clint Buchanan, and on his right by Miss Tina Lord. Yeah, I kind of like this shot myself. I'm glad they chose it for the article.
Yeah, it's also probably the only picture in history that's got Vicky, Clint, Tina, and me in the same room, and we're all smiling. A few family problems that go way back.
So is that why you came by here, to drop this off?
No, actually, I wanted to see the rest of the photos. I thought if there were some nice ones of Tina, well, I'd get them framed and surprise her.
Well, gee, I didn't realize that I was taking pictures of Tina for your private collection, Richard.
You know, I really should learn to ask who's there before I say come in.
Hello, Jonathan.
Try goodbye, John. It'll shorten our conversation considerably, and I'm busy.
Jonathan, please. You've got to listen to me. I really have gotten a threatening letter from Paul Kendall.
Oh, I think I've heard this tune sometime before.
But you've got to believe me. It was delivered last night, and I'm absolutely terrified.
Oh, I need this. I hardly slept at all last night. Oh, Al, I don't know if our plan is going to work.
Yeah, we should have at least called. He's going to wonder why we even made this trip.
Why? We don't need an excuse to see Cord. But wouldn't it be wonderful if he decided to go back to El Paso and we wouldn't have to go through all of this?
I doubt that, Maria. He hasn't had enough time to win that girl's heart yet. I'm just worried about you being out here in public. What if Asa or Clint Buchanan should walk in here right now?
Oh, for heaven's sakes. The last time they saw me, I was 16.
Honey, I remember you when you were 16. You looked absolutely beautiful. You haven't aged hardly at all. Your beauty's still exactly the same. It hadn't changed a bit.
Well, that's very sweet, but I think you're just a little bit prejudiced.
I just hope you loosen up and start smiling. Cord will think something's up right here. If you look as nervous as you do now, he's not going to believe our story.
Well, I'm not sure that all the grinning in the world is going to convince him anyway.
I'm sorry I snapped at you like that, Richard. I'm still pretty tired. I just woke up. I was over at the Banner in the darkroom, working on those pictures all night.
It's okay. Forget it.
Yeah, well, they're right over here. That's all of them. Help yourself.
Well, thanks. Hey, we were out pretty late, too. We went to another party, a lot less stuffy than the award soiree. Tina finally loosened up. Say, this is a great one. Yeah, it really shows off her eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, and this one, too, where she kissed my cheek.
Yeah, well, I got real lucky on that one.
I'd call it instinct. I've got to hand it to you, Cord. You're one hell of a photographer.
Thanks.
No, I mean, these 3 pictures of Tina alone, I mean, they're wonderful.
Yeah, well, she's a very attractive subject. The camera just kept finding her.
Yeah, so photogenic. Yeah, every bit as beautiful on film as in person.
Do you love her?
Does it seem that way?
I'm not sure. That's why I asked.
Well, I'm not sure either, Cord. I've never met anyone like her. Tina can be very difficult because she's so complex. And I feel very protective towards her. God knows I'm attracted to her. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm falling in love.
Gonna marry her?
Marriage is a word that's given me the hives for years. You see, I was burned once. I never considered it again.
Yeah, I mean, but if you love her and she loves you, she does love you, doesn't she?
Seems to be mutual. We're falling at the same rate, I guess. Yeah, but to hook up legally again, I'd have to be very sure. Damn sure to make that commitment.
Yeah, well, you never can tell what can happen, huh? Might hit you out of the blue.
Well, it sounds to me like you've been through a few burns yourself.
Just once.
Well, anyway, listen, thanks again for printing up these pictures. I'd really like to pay you for them.
No, hey, forget it. Banner paid for the film, and I had to print them all up anyway.
Okay. Well, thanks again, Cord. I'll see you back at the Banner, okay?
Right.
Come on, Dorian, not again.
Jonathan, do you really think that I am stupid and desperate enough to pull the same ploy twice?
I wouldn't know. But then again, I didn't think you were stupid enough to try it the first time.
All right. I've admitted it. It was a stupid, silly thing to do because I had a stupid, silly infatuation like a schoolgirl on a handsome man. But, Jonathan, I'm telling you, last night I was talking to Connie. Emma came in. She gave me this. Somebody had left it outside my door. Please, will you at least look at it?
Dorian, I've been watching you. I told you I'd return someday to make you pay for what you did. Time's up, Paul Kendall.
Look at the type, at the paper. It's not my stationery or my typewriter.
Well, by golly, you're right. This is different. You know what I think, Dorian? I think we better hire some guards.
You mean you believe me?
Yep, I think we ought to hire a whole slew, about 12 those mercenary types, soldier fortunes, you know? All carrying machine guns. We can ring your apartment with them. Yeah. Hire a couple to be with you at all times. Maybe one is a limo driver. If that's not enough, we can call the governor. Have him send in a battalion, the National Guard.
Are you quite through?
Hell no. I could sit around here and think up ways to protect you from non-existent threats all day long. Now, why don't you just get out of here and go pay off your accomplice?
What accomplice?
The one who wrote this letter.
Totally insufferable. I don't know why I came here.
You obviously came here looking for abuse.
I came here looking for help. I'm so terrified I went to the police. Ed Hall told me he didn't have enough manpower to give me a bodyguard. Last night, my phone rang. I answered it. I could hear somebody at the other end, but they wouldn't say anything to me. And then it happened again just before I went to bed.
Did you conveniently have witnesses all around for those phone calls, too?
Jonathan, I told you I made a very bad mistake, and I know that I have ruined our relationship personally. However, look at me. Can't you see? I really am terrified. There really is somebody out there who is trying to harm me. Somebody whose name I don't know, whose face I don't know.
Well, why don't you take this sad, sad tale to another private detective? Because, see, I'm all booked up in the nameless, faceless threat department.
You are impossibly arrogant. Do you really think that I would come here and humiliate myself, absolutely beg you to help me, unless my life truly were in danger?
Missed you so much last night.
Yeah? My bed was kind of empty, too. I fell asleep thinking about you.
Me?
Yes, you. Not Jenny, you.
I'm sorry, I don't do that on purpose. I just can't help myself.
Yeah, I guess you've been conditioned. But I am telling you, I let it go. The torch is out. Jenny is safe and happy with David, and I feel very good about it.
Good, no regrets?
No, none. I'm my own man again. I have my own name, my own social security number, my own future. And when I say that I love you, that is exactly what I mean.
I've waited a long time to hear you say that.
The only regret I do have is that when we first met and we were engaged, that there wasn't a part of me that you could have. But that part is there now. All of me loves all of you.
Good.
Good morning, lovebirds.
Hey, Woody.
Morning.
Please, have a seat, have a seat.
Oh, yeah, well, just for a minute. I gotta get back to work. I just got tired of staring at the walls in my suite.
New film?
Yeah, I think so. We're pretty close to setting a deal, but you never know. These things could fall through. But it's looking good. And so are the two of you.
Well, thank you. We're doing great.
Yeah.
I can take some credit for that, you know? Yeah. I mean, I'm the one that invited Miss O'Neill out to the Waterside Inn the afternoon that you were sneaking around there, Brad.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's right. I was boring them all afternoon talking about you. I couldn't get you out of my system.
Yeah, and all that good romantic stuff that I told her to get over and move on.
There's someone like you, maybe?
You can't fault a guy for trying.
But then I realized it was time to fade out because she wouldn't rewrite her script.
No. Well, when I stormed out and went over to New York, I really tried to forget about him and find some other guy, but...
Yeah, well, but despite the fact that there are 2 million men in New York City, you couldn't find one to do it, huh?
Nope.
What are you thinking, Maria?
The irony of Mama's agreement with Asa Buchanan to separate me and Clint. And now because of her letter, here we are.
Well, we'll just have to try to make the best of it. You ready?
Ready. I'm just not sure that Cordero is ready for us.
Hi. Here you are, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Roxanne Hunter?
Bart Barron.
That's right. I recognized you from your newspaper photo some months back.
I thought those were the worst pictures ever taken of me.
Well, of course. You're much lovelier in person.
Well, now you're talking, Bart.
Shall we have a seat over there and talk?
If that's what you want.
I'll put your bag here. Can I get you something to drink, Roxanne?
No, and let's make it Roxy, okay? I was named after my mother, Roxanne, and I've spent the rest of my life trying to be as different from her as possible.
And did you succeed?
Well, I'll put it to you this way. My mother was never publicly branded as a hooker and sent to jail for it.
What was it like?
Jail or hooking? Jail. Well, it was one big laugh after another. I think you should try it sometime.
No, I'd rather not.
I don't blame you.
Were you rehabilitated?
Sure. See, the thing is, I don't know any other way to make this kind of money. And I've gotten used to it.
Well, if you don't get in bed with the wrong people, so to speak, to keep your career very quiet, I don't see why you still can't make a go of it.
I certainly intend to try. As they say, I am ready, willing, and able. I mean, if a gentleman I don't even know calls New York and pays my airfare to Landview, Pennsylvania...
Roxy, as delectable as you are, I paid your way here to talk.
Whatever turns you on.
No, it's... No, it's not that either. To be specific, I'm trying to get some information on one of the girls who worked at Hostess with the Mostest. And particularly, I'm interested in the activities of Connie O'Neill.
Why would you be interested in her?
Let's just say I have my reasons.
Are you a cop or something? Am I being recorded
No, I
here?
can assure you I'm not with the police. I'm just trying to buy some information that could conceivably come in handy.
I can't imagine what you'd do with what I know about Connie O'Neill.
Try me, okay?
Well, first of all, you got it all wrong. Connie was never one of the girls. She's a very straight lady. You know the type.
That type doesn't usually go to work for an escort service.
From what I hear, she came to New York after a busted romance, didn't have much money, and heard about the agency. We did have some girls who just wined and dined with the clients, nothing more. Connie was one of those. You don't seem too happy to hear she was clean.
Well, I just wasn't expecting it, that's all. You're absolutely positive she never turned any tricks.
Yes. In fact, we used to kid her about it. But Connie was very straight-laced. She had morals. I mean, there were things more important to her than money.
Damn.
You're looking for dirt, aren't you? Look, I hate her guts because of what happened to the rest of us. That nosy uncle and brother-in-law of hers... How do you fit into all this? I mean, what difference does it make to you one way or the other?
Well, let's just say I was misinformed. I had the distinct impression that she was one of the agency's top girls.
Well, then why didn't she go to jail with the rest of us?
I figured it was because her uncle, Pete O'Neill, made some kind of deal with the district attorney's office before he testified against your organization.
I don't know who told you that. They were wrong.
Well, that's too bad, because it appears that Pete is going to win the district attorney election here in Landview, and that could mean a lot of trouble for me.
Oh, you were thinking that a little scandal in his niece's background might turn the voters against him. Well, that could cost him the election.
Exactly. But as I said before, I guess I was misinformed. Well, we'll say $1,000 pay for your time.
Just a moment, Bart. I'm thinking. What I'm thinking is that maybe jail fried my brain cells here. My memory could be a bit off. Maybe we should discuss this a little more before you pull out that wallet.
Dude, Brad's told me a lot about you. That you were from Charlie's.
And mad as hell about what happened to her.
Don't worry, Mike. We're going to get the guy who's responsible.
Well, if it's who we think it is, he's a slick dude, I'll tell you that much.
Did you get a chance to talk to Bart this morning?
Yeah. I managed to get his version of the story. It was all about Brad Vernon being jealous because Bart's got a knack for picking nags with one good race in him.
Right. Especially when they're hyped up on drugs during the develop in the back room of his pharmaceutical company.
Anyway, he emphatically denied that he had anything to do with Charlie's death. He said he had reprimanded his jockey for trying too hard to win the race. Can you believe that? Said it was an accident.
Did you manage to keep a straight face through all that?
My next career is going to be in show business. I mean, I pulled it off, but it made me sick to my stomach.
Where'd you leave things?
Well, he didn't want me to run the story with the banner. Said he didn't want to spotlight the incident. But, he did wonder what I knew about you. Yeah. I told him that we had hardly met, but that you tried to bribe me right off.
Oh. Does he trust you?
Yeah. He insinuated that he was going to pay top dollar for a new public relations man, but then he took off for another appointment.
Yeah. Well, he's going to need more than a public relations man to get him out of this. You think you can get close enough to him to expose him for the killer that he is?
You better believe it.
I don't consider the amount outrageous, but it is a little higher than I planned on spending.
But without me, you have no plan, do you?
But we do have an agreement that we've never met, no matter what.
Who's ever heard of Bart Barron? Certainly not moi.
All right, then we have a deal. I'll give you half up front. We'll go to the bank. You'll stay in the car while I get the cash. And then I'll drop you off at the Vernon Inn, which is right in the middle of Landview, where you'll have more access to the people that you'd like to impress.
Sounds fine.
And I think it might be a good idea for you to leave for New York immediately afterwards. It may not be too good for you to linger too long in Landview.
Who the hell wants to linger in Landview? I can't wait to see Connie after all these months.
What, a $500,000 home?
Not bad for a guy who makes $50,000 a year, huh?
Yeah. I'd say our tip on him is worth looking into. It's fine work, John. Thank you very much.
Well, you're welcome, Herb. And, I quit.
What?
I guess I should have prefaced that with a long explanation, but the point is I want out.
I don't understand. I mean, I thought we were working well together. In fact, I was all set to offer you a long-term contract as soon as the election is over.
Yeah, well, until the election is over, you're not going to be in a position to offer me that contract. But it really doesn't matter. I'm tired of working undercover.
Why?
It's just too complicated. I mean, it's interfering in my personal life, the hours and the secrecy.
Now, wait a minute. You're saying that work for my office involves more secrecy than normal? I find that hard to believe. And you were happy to be making steady money.
I still am, Herb, but I still want to quit.
Look, John, I'm not trying to force you into something you don't want to do, but I would like to understand the reasons.
I told you. It's just messing up my personal life. I need a little bit more time to myself and a little less slinking around.
Ah, yeah. Maybe you've just decided to bail out given the latest poll showing me behind Pete O'Neill.
Well, come on, Herb. I'm working undercover for you. The people don't know about it. Why should I care?
Listen, has O'Neill promised you something better?
Well, now you're getting a little bit paranoid, don't you think?
Maybe a lot. I just feel like there's something more to this than you're letting on. I mean, there's no notice whatsoever. When we talked this morning, we were discussing possible future cases. What's happened between then and now?
Nothing. I mean, it just seems like a good time to pull out since the Krieg case is completed.
Well, okay. Okay, don't expect me to take you back on if you're suddenly hard up for cases.
I won't, Herb. Take it easy, will you? I mean, can't we end this whole thing on a friendly basis?
Not at the moment, pal. I'm going to need a little time to digest this decision of yours. Check will be in the mail.
Honey buns! I don't believe it. Oh, and Paul, you came along too, huh? Howdy, son. It's great. Come on in. Come on in. What's going on? Hey, where's your luggage? Now, I know you didn't come out here just for one night.
Well, we checked into a hotel not too far from here.
Yeah, but why? I talked to you on the phone yesterday. I told you everything was fine. You know about my great new job.
Oh, but you told us about the shootout. Now, that did give us a scare.
And I also told you everything was fine. And it's because of that I met the Buchanans and got that job. Oh, by the way, I had another photo in the paper today.
Well, let's see it.
All right. It's right over here. Right there. That's Press Awards dinner.
This is Tina.
Who's that man she's smiling at?
That's Richard Abbott. He's the fellow who won.
And she's his date?
Yeah, that's right.
Why wasn't she your date?
Because I was working at this thing. Hey, look, you guys still haven't told me what you were doing here in Landview.
Well, impulse, son. It's all your fault. See, your mother and I started thinking about how we'd been living in El Paso all these years, hardly ever getting out of the state of Texas.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm so shocked to see you guys now.
Well, people can change, can't they?
We just decided to do a lot of traveling. We're going to go cross-country and around the world.
We're going to do it now while we're young, too, you know, so we can do all that walking and sightseeing and...
Yeah, I see. What about the ranch?
Well, that's why we really came up, was to convince you to go home and take over the ranch. See, we plan on being gone for about, what?
Yeah.
About a year, and we think that it's too much of a workload for that foreman to do by himself.
Okay.
Well, what do you think, Cord? You going to give us the time so we can travel and have fun, huh?
You two are really something, you know that? I don't know whether I should start yelling at you or bust a gut laughing.
Well, why would you do either?
Because I know both of you too well. I know what's going on here. I know why you came here and what you were trying to do. You think I'm gullible? You must be really desperate to try something like this to get me out of Landview and back home. Sorry to break this to you folks, but you've spent a lot of time and money for nothing. Because I'm not ready to leave yet.
Even if it means we can't make the trip?
Oh, Pa, come on. You are not going to go anywhere that is too far away from your easy chair in an El Paso sunset. I know you too well, Pa. You're not going anywhere. Neither are you, Ma. So tell me, how long did it take you two to come up with this awful story, huh?
Long.
It was your ma's idea.
Oh, I see. She put you all up to this, huh? Correct me if I'm wrong here, Pa, but weren't you the one who was all for me coming up here and taking care of Tina?
Well, no, what about Tina? You know, here she is with this man, and you're just standing in the background photographing her.
Let's just forget about Tina for a second here, all right? What about the fact that I have got this great job at a big newspaper, huh? They are paying me to take pictures, and I am learning a lot. It's like this job fell right out of heaven.
Or hell.
Ma, is the issue here still that I'm going to break my heart? You came all this way just to protect your only son?
Something like that.
I see. And you're going to go along with her on this one?
Well, sometimes parents just do stupid things, son. What can I say? We made a mistake. Why don't we just forget about it and have a family reunion?
I haven't been gone long enough to have a reunion. You two are something else, you know that? I can't believe this. Al and Maria Roberts spending good money on plane tickets to Pennsylvania.
Oh, tell me you're not mad at us anymore.
Oh, Ma, I can never be mad at you two. Look, as long as you're here, we might as well have a good time, right? Now, I have to work this afternoon, but after that, let's go out and do a little sightseeing, okay? How long can you stay around?
Well, we're really not in a hurry.
Good. How about if we go over to Philadelphia and we'll check out the Liberty Bell and all that? You guys will love sightseeing. I mean, I know you want to be such world travelers and everything.
Now, look, we know you have to work. We can amuse ourselves.
Oh, hey, listen, why don't you just come with me, all right? Vicki and Clint Buchanan are really wonderful people. I would love it if you could meet them.
To meeting your employers today.
Oh, but you'd really like them. Hey, they are real people, you know, no nonsense. Oh, and Paul, Clint grew up in Texas. I bet the two of you would have a lot in common.
Oh, probably another time, son.
Okay, suit yourself. I really need to be going, though.
Well, don't worry about us. We'll just mosey on back to the hotel.
Okay, great. So how long are you going to stay? A while?
Would you mind if we stayed?
No, I won't. I told you I would love it. We'll see the sights, all right?
Okay, we'll stay for a while, all right, Al?
Well, I suppose, but we need at least one person back at the ranch.
Well, it's not going to be me, Pa. because this photographer is too busy to be a ranch hand. I'll see you both a little later. Just help yourself to whatever I got around here and lock the door on your way out, all right?
Adios.
All right, have a good day, son. Bye-bye.
God, is it hot in here or is it just my face? You got any more bright ideas, Maria?
I can't believe it. I mean, did I think for 1 minute that he was going to buy that crock?
I'm surprised you said we'd stay.
Well, we haven't accomplished anything. We can't go back.
But this is a small town. You're flirting with being recognized, aren't you? Especially since Core's so hot to have us meet the Buchanans
Well,
of all things.
we won't meet them. Look, we can't go back with the same problem we came here to resolve. Now, we've got to come up with something so that Core doesn't find out that Clint Buchanan is his real father.
Okay, I gotta get to the banner, write up a story. So, you got my number, I got yours. Right. We gotta get on this, man. We got it. Connie, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Mike.
Okay, see you again.
Bye.
Take care. Yeah.
He's a really nice guy. I hope he's able to help.
I hope so, too. Should we order some lunch? This coffee's starting to get...
Yeah,
Honey,
I'm kind of sorry.
honey, is that you? How are you?
Well, I'll be darned. Roxy, what are you doing in Landview? When did you get out of jail?
I got out on parole about 2 days ago. I got a real nice offer from a publishing house to write my memoirs. It's going to be big.
Yeah, I bet.
I should warn you, I'm going to name names. You know, the old Johns we used to trick with, our old friends in the business.
Hold on here. Your friends in the business, Roxy, not mine.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, even though you managed to stay out of jail because of your uncle, I guess, honey, I have no intention of pretending you weren't out there hooking with the rest of us.
What the hell are you talking about?
Mom! Oh, sweetheart. What was that frantic? Goodness, you're here.
I am on the verge of hysteria. I'm trying not to be, but I'm right there.
What happened?
Thank goodness you're not in any danger. You're not, are you?
No.
Good, because I am. Now it's your turn to worry about me. Honey, Paul Kendall's making good on his threat. He has written me a letter. He's made several phone calls, and the police refuse to do anything about it.
Why?
Because they say it's just a prank. They say it probably isn't Paul Kendall at all.
Well, that could be true.
You, of all people, can give me an insensitive answer like that?
Yelling at me, okay?
I'm sorry. Honey, please forgive me for the outburst, but you better get used to it, because there are going to be hundreds of them.
All right, look. If the police refuse to help you, then let's get a private detective. Let's call your friend John Russell, okay?
Jonathan Russell is the last person on earth I would call.
Well, so much for that. I'm exhausted.
Lying takes a lot of energy. Getting caught at that lie takes even more. We ought to feel lucky we've got a son who forgives us for acting like a couple of damn fools.
Yeah. Telling him a story to get him back home was the easy part. If he ever finds out that Clint Buchanan is his real father, I don't think he'll forgive us so easily. I mean, on the other hand, he will forgive you because you only found out a few days ago. But he won't forgive me or his grandmother.
I think we ought to tell him the truth, Maria.
Absolutely not.
Keep your voice down. You're in a public restaurant.
Yeah, well, you're talking a lot of bull. You know damn well I never did anything that you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, could I interrupt for a moment, ladies?
Brad, don't listen to a thing that she says.
Is this your boyfriend? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize. I thought it was just another trick.
I never had any tricks. I had dates. I went out to dinner. I went to the theater. I never slept with those men. Why are you saying that?
She's right. Mister, she's right. I guess I had her confused with another one of my old girlfriends from the old days.
Hey, you're not walking out of here till you get that story straight. Right?
Connie, it's just like what I said. I'm getting an advance to write a book, and you're gonna be in it.
Yeah, well, you better get yourself a good lawyer, sweetheart, because I'm suing you for libel.
Yeah, and her uncle is the lawyer who'll be handling the case.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Pete O'Neill, who rigged a deal with the prosecution when Hanover and Andre went on trial. A deal so his niece wouldn't go to jail? I don't think so, sweetheart. He wouldn't dare.
I don't know what is going on here. Maybe Roxy got a little nuts when she was in jail.
Oh, yeah, I got real nuts. Thinking about how you were out here living any way you wanted while the rest of us were in jail paying for our alleged crimes.
Oh, so that's why you did it, for the revenge.
Oh, no. I did it for the money. So I got a little tired of making all my money on my back. I figured I'd try writing. And you know what they say, write what you know? Well, I know a lot, and I'm going to tell it all. I have no intention of leaving you out, Connie, so you might as well throw away this little Girl Scout uniform of yours. You're going to be the star hooker in my book.
Oh! Wait, whoa! Easy now, easy. Take it easy.
I thought you liked John. That was days ago. Now I think he's an insufferable egomaniac, and I don't want to talk about him.
So, what do you think I should do about the situation? Well, have you talked to Dad about it?
No, he's up to his neck in this campaign, which he looks like he's about to lose.
Look, I really think that you should talk to him about it because I think he still cares a lot about you. And I think that he could talk to Ed Hall. And that way he can get a policeman to watch you.
Oh, as far as Ed is concerned, he can't spare any manpower for anything as frivolous as a threat to my life. If I could just smash that answering machine and...
Wait,
certainly am not going to listen to the message.
You get messages all the time from friends, family, work. You're just spooked. Look, why don't we play it while I'm here? Okay?
I don't know, maybe you're right. I'm just
Turn it on.
overreacting. You see? He doesn't say anything, just that eerie silence. Turn it off. Just turn it off.
Give all the maids a day off, Pamela?
I'm just fluffing up a few pillows, Ace. It's not exactly like I have an awful lot to do in this house.
Why don't you go back to painting again?
Well, it's a little distracting around here. It's not like the wonderful peace and quiet of Malakeva with your family having a crisis every 15 minutes.
Honey, those days are over forever. No more fuss and feud and a crime busting ever again.
Well, I'm very happy to hear that. I guess that means we won't have a big fight when my father arrives today.
What?
You said it. No fussing, no fighting, Ace.
I told you, Pamela. I never want that man in his house.
It is our house, and it is my father, and he's the only family I have. Now, my father's never given you any grief until he found out you had been lying to him for 10 years. And how dare you hold that against him? You have something else to say? Well, go on, say it. I am waiting.
I know that. You're trying to ambush me, and I'm trying to avoid it.
Look, Asa, all you have to do is tell me that my father is welcome in our home. And if you don't want to say that, then I'm going to move out when he gets here. And I am not sure that I'm going to be able to come back.
I cannot help that, Pamela. I am still mad at him.
Well, get over it. The same way you got over it with me and I got over it with you. Now, my father is innocent of any shenanigans that went on between you and I. It happens if he was a little bit more like you. Then I'll tell you one thing, instead of a man of God, you would have been dead the moment you set foot back on Malakeva.
I can't even get a toehold in this fight.
No, you are right, you can't, because your toe doesn't happen to have a leg to stand on. So what's it going to be?
Well, how long are you going to give me to decide?
Woody's on the way to airport to pick him up right now. They may come in at any minute.
Are you telling me I don't have time to make up my own mind?
Asa, it's just this one time, and I just made up your mind for you.
Hey, Pam, Asa, look who I found hanging around the airport.
Father!
I'm a little sweetheart.
Oh, Father, I missed you so much. I missed you.
I sure missed you too, honey. Jim. Excuse me. Asa, hello. Reverend, what took you so long to pay us a visit? Welcome to the Buchanan homestead.
I already invited my folks to come over and take a look at the banner, but they said they had a lot of things to take care of this morning.
They must miss you an awful lot to come up here just a few days after you did.
Yeah, well, we've always been a very close family.
You an only child?
Yeah. They brought some of my stuff up instead of, having it shipped. I was really surprised when I saw them. You know, usually it's like pulling teeth to get my parents to leave Texas.
I remember when I felt that way myself. They going to be sticking around for a while?
Well, yeah, for a few days, I guess.
Oh, good. Then maybe we will get a chance to meet them before they have to go back to El Paso.
Good night.
Oh, Mike, come on in.
Hi.
Hi, Mike.
Okay, Clint, I got the story on the Ronson injury. Interviewed him last night at the hospital, exclusively, of course.
Really? Terrific. How is he?
It's going to be lost for the season.
Oh, no. Well, there's the pennant.
Baseball, right?
Very good, dear.
Clint, I know you meant next week about me starting working nights because so I can have my days free for the investigation, but you got to let me cover the track this afternoon.
Mike, I thought we had already been through this.
Oh, come on, Clint. This is on the up and up. You know whose horse is running tomorrow. Hey, every other reporter's going to be covering that now. Come on.
Mike, I don't want your personal investigation crossing with official banner reporting.
Yeah, but look, Clint. Hey, do you mind if we talk about this in private?
Sorry. This is Cord Roberts, a new photographer for the banner. Mike Rivers, Cord.
How you doing, Mike? Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice
Read
to
your
meet
stuff in the sports section.
Yeah, nice to meet you, too. But, do you mind if I talk to the boss in private here?
Wait a minute. The subject is closed. I want the regular track reporter to cover his normal business. Okay? Now, if you go to the track, you go on your own time. Now, do you have that? Clint, wait a minute. Yes. Yeah, Briggs. All right, fine. Sweetheart, they need us at the city desk. You guys feel free to stick around, get acquainted, okay?
All right.
Oh, Cord, if you get really lonely for your ranch and you feel like riding, Clint gave me a stunning black mare who loves to run.
Oh, yeah? Well, thank you. I just might take you up on that. Thanks.
Hey, you know about horses?
Probably everything there is to know.
Then I definitely want to talk to you.
I don't believe this. A machine gun blasting away on the machine.
Paul was trying to remind me of San Carlos. The revolution, how he nearly got his face blown off. It's remarkably effective.
He must be really sick.
Do you think now maybe Ed Hall will take me seriously?
Well, if he wouldn't, then a private detective would have to. Look, you have to call Jonathan Russell.
I am not going to call Jonathan.
Why not? What happened between the two of you?
I simply can't go into it, all right? I can't.
If you want me to help you, then you are going to have to tell me everything that happened.
No, Cassie, it's too embarrassing. Oh, what the heck. Sure, it's like worrying about your makeup before you go in front of the firing squad. I wanted to get closer to Jonathan, and I didn't know how. So I thought the only way was by enlisting his professional services.
So there was never a robbery at WVLE?
Actually, that was a lie that I made up for you. What I did with Jonathan was I wrote a letter to myself and signed it Paul Kendall. I showed it to Jonathan. He, being a pro, noticed that it was written on my stationery.
I can't believe that.
Need I describe the scene that followed? He was furious at me for manipulating him. I was remorseful. He slammed out of the door.
When are you going to ever learn? Why can't you just let things happen naturally?
I couldn't let this happen naturally. No way. Really, Jonathan is one of those men who can't express his emotions, you know? Oh, why am I trying to justify my stupidity? I was stupid, all right? I was really stupid. But I went to him this morning on my hands and knees, begging him to help me, and he wouldn't believe a word that I said.
It's like the little boy who cried wolf, right? I'm sorry, Mom. I really am.
So am I. Because now the wolf really is on the prowl.
Look, I'm gonna go get help, okay? Why don't you stay put? You know, don't do anything, okay? I'll be back soon.
Whatever you do, don't ask your father for help, and please never tell him what I did.
I won't. Don't worry.
Okay.
I think you should call Ed Hall again and tell him what you heard on the answering machine, and maybe this time he'll take you seriously.
Where are you going?
I'll be back later on this afternoon, okay? Now don't forget to lock your door.
Yeah, I figured that out for myself.
Ladies, let's go outside and talk this...
Come here. Connie, stop this immediately. I will not have this behavior in my restaurant.
Get that trash out of here, Robert. What garbage can is calling me?
Call the police if you won't stop.
Yeah, I am trying. Please. But Mr. Peter O'Neill's niece doesn't like to be reminded of her hooker background. Oh,
Get the hell out of here, Connie. Not
You're
another
a
word.
liar. I'm going to send you an autographed copy of my book, baby.
All right, it's all over,
I don't know why she's...
Sorry for the floor.
saying all those lies about me. You okay?
Yeah.
Miss O'Neill.
Robert, a token of our regret.
Yeah.
We'll dine elsewhere, sweetheart. Let's get you to a gym. All right, gotta get you in shape for the welterweight title bout.
That's not funny.
I know, leave them laughing, though, right? Come on, we'll talk seriously at home. Thanks, Robert.
Oh, thanks, Robert.
Yeah, Dean Stella, please. Dean, it's me. Can you hold the front page? Our tip was right. We've got a hot scoop for the intruder.
You talked me into this, Maria.
But you said you understood.
I do, but I also feel guilty. You've carried this guilt for a long time. You're used to it. I'm not. It's new to me, and I feel damned uncomfortable with it.
Fine. If you want a chance losing Cordero, then I...
Why do you keep saying that? We've raised a son who's loyal to us, who loves us. Oh, sure, at first he'd be mad as a Brahma bull, but then he'd cool off. He's not going to just desert us.
I'm getting a horrible headache. Al, I've buried that part of my past and Cordero's. To open it up means new wounds and new battles. I can't do it. Don't you? You can't understand, can you?
I understand perfectly. I understand that you're keeping the truth from our son about his parentage.
If only you understood Asa, then you'd know what I'm so afraid of what he might do. Al, he bought me and my mother and Cord. For the rest of our lives, there's no time limit on this deal. He would rather have us all destroyed than to tell Clint what happened.
Honey, what I'm trying to tell you is if we come clean with Cord, then we can preserve the family. But if we hide out and we don't give him the answers, then I wouldn't blame him if he turned his back on us.
Oh, God, if we could just get him home.
Maria, forget about that. He's not coming home. He's already made that clear. Even if he gives up on that Tina girl, he's still going to work for the Banner, which he loves so much.
That's another thing. I mean, why Clint's newspaper, of all places?
Well, sometimes when you set these things in motion, they just can't be turned around.
Al, if that's the kind of help you're going to give me, maybe you should go back to the ranch and I could handle it myself.
I'll tell you how we should handle it. We should jump on an airplane and get the hell out of town. Your being around here, Maria, is just tempting fate.
You know, I'm going to take a couple of aspirins and lie down. I really don't think I can talk about this anymore.
We probably should get some food since we haven't eaten anything today.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take a nap, and then when I wake up, we could go to that Barry's restaurant.
It's just a matter of being in the right place at the right time. I was standing there in the airport, and all of a sudden Cassie screams, "Stop him, he's got a gun." So I took a picture.
Boy, sure beats standing in line at the personnel office hustling a job like I had to do.
Yeah, well, you've done all right for yourself. You're working in the sports department, right?
Yeah. You know, I don't know what I'd have done if I hadn't got this job. I've been in sports my whole life, you know? Played baseball, basketball, even paid my way through school.
Really? Hey, any pro teams interested in you?
You kidding me? They were more interested in me than I was in them. But, well, you know, I could keep my eye on the ball. It's just that I figured I should exercise my brain instead, you know? Besides, sports writers last longer than players. Anyway, I got to take care of this fine body you see standing here.
Hey, you mentioned something before about some horses. Said you could use my help?
Yeah. Yeah, a friend of mine was killed at the track. Jockey.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that. Some kind of accident?
No, it was no accident. It was murder.
You kidding me?
Oh. She was, Charlie, that's her name. She was riding for Brad Vernon, a horse called Lucky Oltl.
Yeah?
Favored to win, out in front, and Bart Barron's horse bumped her. She'd knocked her off her horse, and she broke her neck and died in the hospital.
And you think this bump was intentional?
No, I know it was intentional. Look, I've been investigating the possibility that horses are being drugged down at the track, and in particular, Bart Barron's horse.
Yeah, but why Barron, huh?
Because Barron's got a pharmaceutical company, okay? He could be whipping up some wonder drug that can't be detected.
Oh.
Yeah, and so Brad Vernon knows about this, but he can't get next to him, right? Because Bart knows that he's onto him. But, I mean, the guy seems to like me. I got to see him this afternoon sometime about a press agent job or something.
Does that mean you're going to be leaving your job here at the Banner?
No. I'm gonna stay here and do that part-time.
That way I can get inside with Barron.
I tell you, sounds pretty risky to me.
Nah, I'm not scared of him. He killed my friend Charlie. Hey, look, I gotta do this. I got no choice. I could really use your help, man. I don't know one end of a horse from another. You know, it's like I see him running and
You're a city boy.
What is it, show? So what do you think? You give me a hand?
Well, I tell you, I don't like to hear about anybody messing with good horse flesh. And when you put murder on top of that, you gotta count me in.
Man, I was hoping you'd say that. Look, I tell you what, I'll meet you at the Vernon and say around 3. That way I'll have had a chance to talk to Barron, so I'll have more facts for you.
Sounds good to me, pal.